Lego Batman Trilogy. Let me see if I can get it from my special website. Type shit. Phantom Blade 0. September 9. That's really cool. Wait, hold on. I mean, where is the self-serve free? Steam. So A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O. So it's this one. No, I don't see. Wait. Maybe it's called the Lego Batman series. One second. Lego Batman Legacy. Lego Batman. Okay, so it's not here, unfortunately. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Lego Batman Legacy of the... Yeah. Crimson Desert. I feel like Crimson Desert would be a game that I would try out a year later. Right now, it's still in its, you know. 2-point museum. Yeah, it is. It is this one. L. I don't see it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Crimson Desert. I could do the hypervisor method, but I don't feel comfortable doing that low key. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Lego Batman. I don't know. I just feel like the Lego Batman series. Sorry, not even Lego games would actually be something that I'll be down for low key. Just don't understand, how do you do it? I forgot. Let's see. Guess the number. Don't care. Wait, what is the guide? Hold on, a guide. Let's see. Oh, right, it's here. Oh, I guess it's not available. Yeah, every time a new popular game comes out, these servers get like, these servers get swamped, unfortunately. So yeah, like even both of the servers. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Both the servers don't have it on yet. So most likely I'm gonna have to just wait for this one. Apparently it's a very good. Let me show you. Apparently it's actually really. Check this out, fam. Overwhelmingly positive review.
Nice audio quality, noob SMH.
Nice audio quality? What's wrong with my audio quality? Let me check my properties. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. What's wrong with my audio quality? Eh? Hello? Hello? I should check my YouTube one. YouTube one is way better. Oh? Hello?
We can't hear shit, Malaka.
My YouTube one is way better. Oh yeah, because I didn't have my I didn't my freaking microphone was up, fam. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Yikes. Well, anyway, as I was saying, I was planning on you know, getting a copy of this game here, but the only real way to get this copy is through the hypervisor method, and I don't think I'm very comfortable doing that yet. So I might just wait for the pubs.
As streamer SMH.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, alright, we get it. Anyway, as I was saying, Yeah, like I saw that this game has overwhelmingly positive reviews. So but this is the pre-release review. Oh, I'm so stupid. It's releasing on the 22nd of May. I'm so stupid. I am so dumb. But yeah, I'm planning on playing this game. But what other Lego game is good? I feel like Lego games are like underrated. Man, you know what? I feel like Rivals of Aether 2 should be considered like objectively a really, really good game. But for some reason, nobody plays it. A quick matches, nobody plays this game. Frey Haymaker. Wait, is this all... Oh, this is all fighting games. Oh. Lethal League. I remember people made a bunch of games, a bunch of videos. One of the best games I've ever played. Lego Batman 2 was goated. Wait. Christopher. So, what is Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight? What is this? Right? Is this a sequel, prequel? Is this like a combination of everything? I don't know. What is it? Because I don't want to play this game without playing the other games, if it's in like chronological order, right? Action, hard-hitting, open world Gotham, signature Lego that fans know. I don't get it. Is the narrative from T Forging Bonds? Man, the game looks really good though. Game looks really good. I've always liked Legos, but I just never like got fully into it because they were so expensive. Both the physical Legos and like the games. And also like I honestly I just completely forgot. So can I just play this without playing the other games? I like Lego City Undercover. It's the 5th installment in the Lego Batman series, but every game is completely different than the others. They're not related. Ooh. That sounds good, bro. Wow. So what I could do... Ooh, wow. Well, let's see. If I type in Lego, right? Lego Batman. Lego Star Wars. Is Lego Star Wars good? Wait, hold on. What the fuck is this? Rivals of Aether 2. Yeah, look at this. 62% approval. Yeah. Rivals of Aether 2. It's sad. Rivals of Aether 2 is getting so many like constant updates and all that, but it's just not good. I don't know why. How these characters don't criminal and other half of veterans made for a completely different zero to no clear to 100% plan. Just stick to Rivals 1. For those who want to play a serious competitive level, still having fun. If you want to sweat in a platform, add 200 experience cutscenes, combos, and a game of DI, then this game is for you. Jesus Christ, sounds like a Roblox game, low key. Went back to Rivals 1. Yikes, fam. In my opinion, Lego Batman 2 is the best Lego game. Ooh. Ooh, okay. The Skywalker Saga. I'm not sure how I feel about the Lego games that allow you to play like over 300 playable characters, right? I don't know how I feel about that. I think I'd rather just play like just one, maybe like 1 to 3 characters. Like not such a huge amount of characters, right? I feel like that'd be a bit weird. I don't know. Compared to the complete saga, it's difficult for me to recommend. It's clear that the direction was quantity over quality. Yeah, clearly. Levels don't feel like the incredibly short in open spaces of objectives. Kind of dry. Okay, so this game is just... I feel like I would be quite bored of this game. So what other Lego games are there? Lego Batman 3. Beyond. No, the best thing in Lego games is getting all characters. They have different abilities. I mean, maybe when you were a kid, right? But I kind of want like a good experience. Fundamentally, I want a good experience. And then I would want unlocking all the characters to be like, you know, secondary, thirdly. So this is the third one. Was that Superman? Oh my god. And Wonder Woman. This is very positive, 85%. The game was good for the first 7 chapters, and chapter when it keeps crashing on the same point, and when you use Cyborg. Try to fix it, but can find a solution. Okay. Failing to beat the level you're on. Almost each one have gone soft lock in some way as a character decides you did something earlier. Press a button and I'm not going to work for you. Huh. So it has like a bunch of like game breaking bugs. V-Sync Kong. The bad janky ass camera. The grind. This grinds? What? This grinds in Lego games? Since when? No, Lego Batman 3 wasn't that good. Oof, okay. Damn. What about Lego Batman? Oh, there's a trilogy here. I'm assuming this includes the first... Yeah, look. So, the video game, and then the second one. I saved 3 Great British Pound. Nice. Thank you. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. This one's an 89%. Oh, yeah. This is... Yeah, you can tell this... Yeah. Holy moly. The quality is definitely back in the day. I mean, yeah, it was made in 2008. Makes sense. This must have been revolutionary back in the day.
And evil.
Whoa!
If you want to stop Gotham
Damn!
pieces,
Lego Catwoman is crazy. Jesus Christ, goddamn. All right. Gameplay, yeah, red bricks, yeah. My god, what a game. Very sad that the game is broken, though. It stops you from progressing on some levels. Why is it that every Lego Batman game has some sort of, like, soft lock? The 100% low-key sucks, but extremely nostalgic and lots of fun with a friend. She Lego on my Batman till I Robin. I just spat everywhere. Oh my god. I just spat on my keyboard. I just whacked to it all over my keyboard. I am so sorry. This is very because I do not recommend this incredible game. Old game represents for modern computers. Possible to play. Or the experience. Specifically in Pirates of the Caribbean. There's a Pirates of the Caribbean game? Oh my god. Lego Batman 2 is such a good one. It was the one I grew up with, but the second one was amazing. So I think, from what I'm seeing, right? From what I'm seeing, Christopher, is I should play 1. Then I should play 2 to see the improvements from 1. Skip 3. And then we're going to check out 4 in a second. I try to believe this is actually not impossible, but at the same time, spending several hours on things the play should not be doing. Damn. 100%. Wait, why are people trying to 100% the game? Like, listen, I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not a person who wants to go for the 100%. There were very, very few games where I genuinely wanted to 100% the game. One of them that comes to mind was Chained Echoes. But that's because getting 100% also gave you in-game rewards. So, like, you know, it made you stronger, right? So I had, like, an incentive. These guys' incentive is to just get 100% for whatever, right? Personal reasons, right? But, yeah. It was a complete game I ever got on my hands back in late 2014. Completing the game within 9 months back then. Played rules on shaping information by humor, blah, blah, blah. TLDR, picture. It has a lot working against it. Partner is pretty lousy. Levels are way too long. Cutscenes are needlessly long. Typical Lego game. I feel like I'm not gonna enjoy 1 as much, but I feel like, I don't know. Are we buying games right now? No. We're window shopping. These games are best enjoyed when you 100% them. The mini games are amazing. Seriously? When you 100% them? There's no Steam achievements, so I'm assuming the achievements are in-game, right? Okay. What about 2? Oh, yeah, the game. Oh my god, this looks so much better. Wow, this looks way better. I'm talking specifically, like, video quality. Looks way better. Yeah, the jump from 2008 to 2012. Yeah, look at this. It went. Well, look at this. Whoa, what happened in recent times? Jesus. It's very rare to see the recent reviews be overwhelmingly positive. Like, from level based to open world. Okay, just subjective, I guess. Much for free roll made you and feel boring when you finish the story. The dub is available for one like an OG Lego game. If you ever go for 100, just know it's a long and tedious journey. Jesus Christ. That was in the first, but all the new stuff introduced is terrible. Long levels saved at 100 checkpoints because heaven forbid they don't make a level shorter than 30 long minutes. I chose to save an exit option. The promise to start the event. I didn't lost that progress and over 200,000 studs. Whoa, over 200,000 studs. Is that the in-game currency? God damn. This game is open world, by the way. You can fly through Gotham City and the buildings. That's why it's the best. So I'm assuming, so it's not this one. So is Legacy of the Dark Knight, the 5th installment, also open world? It looks to be open world. Like, look, it looks to be like look, there's cars and stuff. I'm assuming this is open world. So what is number 4 then? Lego Batman 4. Is that how you spell it? No, this is DC. Lego Batman. Where's number 4? Does number 4 not exist? Hello? 1 second. Lego Batman 4. Oh, this is the 4th installment, not the 5th installment. Oh, whoopsie. It's called Supervillains. You play as the bad guys. Lego Supervillains? Lego DC Supervillains? This one? Huh. 2018.
I'd like to say I knew that would happen.
We are the Justice Syndicate. We're here to help.
Okay. Okay. All right. Wait a second. This is a 96%. When it's 95% and over, it should be considered overwhelmingly positive. What's happening? Masterpiece. Best Lego in the largest cost. We're not using a lot of photo carry. Great levels. Great growth. Worth DLC. So I'm assuming. Okay, so this is a pretty good. So it seems like this is a pretty good Lego game. Okay, I'll keep this. I'll keep this here. I think for now. There's a 4th, and the new one is the 5th. No, this is the 5th. AI has had to loosen it. Okay, so technically, this is the 4th, and Dark Knight is the 5th. Technically, gotcha. All right. Fair enough. So 2, and then you said essentially skip 3 because it's not that good. Gotcha. What is this guy
frustrating. There's a frustrating day in politics, and not just from Thomas Massey. I think in that 24-hour period, there was actually so much bad shit coming out of the political apparatus of this country, and it was legitimately frustrating. And I'm gonna go through a couple reasons why. Thomas Massey lost pretty significantly to Ed Ballring. This guy.
This is old jargon to me. I don't know what any of this means. 3 and 4 wasn't that good compared to the others, but still pretty good games. Fair. But from what I'm seeing from the reviews, right, 4 seems to be pretty well loved. Where to go and switch in from another one to check out the visuals on the gameplay itself. By one way. How to get through the so this review and this review is talking about how you can get lost. Some of the hidden collaboratives will be challenging as well, but at least they provide in-game clues for those. There are some glitches. Very quick so right now it's the Black Adam versus Shazam boss fight. 10 to 15 minutes to beat that level. Yikes. They will be incredibly frustrating and possibly rage quitting. You have been warned. Ooh, okay. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like it when people listen, I appreciate people being honest, but my god, bro, this is yikes. If I was ever to play a Monster Hunter game, like the first ever Monster Hunter I would play would have to be 100% like Monster Hunter Rise. Not bad. I got the actual series though. Oh, we're gonna buy most of the series. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gonna buy it. Yeah, we're gonna buy it. Watch Lego Batman 2 gameplay roaming the city. Lego Batman 2 world, open world roaming. Exploring Gotham City.
Hey, it's everybody. Welcome to Quick Break Games, and welcome back to the Exploring Lego Hope World series, where we go through the Lego games and show off the explore around a little bit. So right here we have an elevator, which does not work.
Holy shit! Did that guy just have 16 million?
Over here, this is where you create your own character. So you have the
studs
characters hanging on like a little clothing rack, and here you can change and customize your own character, which is in Arkham games with no civilians around. You actually do have civilians in the streets. So you got silver Lego objects to destroy if you have your bat costume that can destroy those. And so yeah, this game was kind of remarkable at the time. I mean, This was like the first. Oh, here we got some poison ivy goons right here. Take them out. And
Okay,
this is like
you
the first
just got-
truly open
okay,
world
so
game.
you got
Some of the
some
hubs got pretty big,
enemies
like
here.
Lego Star Wars 3D Clone Wars, but man,
Cool.
they really expanded things with this one. So if you hold down the character change button, which is Y on Xbox,
Damn,
you
you
can
have
full character
so
roster,
many
and you have to complete the
characters.
story mode, so complete all the story missions. I believe there's 15 in this game,
Can you
right?
fly
Yeah. So if you
Superman?
can't pull up the character roster, that's because you haven't completed the story mode yet. So let's go ahead and play Superman.
Oh my
Obviously,
god, you can.
I can't
Oh
use it,
my
actually, but I'll
god.
turn it off just in
Oh
case,
my
we get that
god.
copyright strike here on YouTube, so let's turn it off. But yeah, so you can fly
Oh
around.
my god,
Superman is
this is
definitely the easiest way
insane.
to get around the cities. Just play as a flying character. Now, the flying controls in this game are not the best. This was TT Games' first attempt at flying, so you gotta cut them some slack. So here is the Botanic Gardens, and so we'll show off this location. So obviously, this hub is huge, so we can't show off every nook and cranny of it, but we will try to visit some of these significant locations. So this is the Botanic Gardens in here.
Holy
you
frick.
can see here, I mean, just playing Superman, we can get around this hub, just in a matter of a couple minutes. Here, a lot of people are kind of disappointed in that. They're like, why is Supergirl the final character in Lock? I have no idea why they did that, but what can you do? Let's see over here. We almost forgot to show off Arkham Asylum. There it is. Of course, Arkham Asylum was kind of a
Oh
popular
my
location from this
god,
game.
bro, I can imagine if you ever got this game as a kid, you must have been like dumbfounded by how big this game is.
Because this was in the height
Oh
of that
my
Arkham
god.
games. Arkham City came out the year before, so a lot of gamers were familiar with the Arkham franchise at the time of this game's release.
You
At the
can
time,
get
Arkham
vehicles
Asylum,
too and
they were
jump
familiar
in
with Arkham franchise
people's
as well,
cars
but,
like
of course, that
GTA.
franchise
Like
is familiar with
imagine
Arkham.
Batman
That's
doing
awesome.
that.
Alright,
Hello,
here is the final island
citizen.
here, and here, of course, we
Sorry,
have
I
Wayne
have to
Towers,
save
all
the
way to
world.
tallest building
Get
in the city,
the
I believe.
fuck
I always
out.
liked this little fan here on the Y for Wayne. It's always a nice touch. I don't
Oh
think there's
my
anything in there, though.
god,
It'd be
that's
cool if they hit something
insane.
like
Look
that.
how
Maybe they did, I can't
big
remember.
Wayne Tower is.
Here's the rooftop, and I think over here you can see the draw distance isn't the best here. Of course, this was running. This is a pretty massive open world for the Xbox 360, PS3 generation.
Holy
consoles. Here's some
frick,
Xbox.
this is
Big
genuinely
down. Use that
humongous.
notification. Forgot to silence it before recording. Here
Oh
you
my
call
god,
in
even
aerial
here,
vehicles, so nice.
why Lego
So I
Batman
think
2
flying,
was
yeah,
the
we
best
pretty much showed
Lego
off
game.
most of the city that I wanted to show off.
Jesus
so yeah, I mean, this is I really like the architecture, I gotta say, of the city as well. You have these like massive Lego figure statues that are like they look like they're holding up the building. I'm not sure if that's like from the comic books, like where there's statues holding up buildings and stuff and like bridges like that. There's tons of like giant minifigure statues. Like there's another one, a couple more holding up the Gotham Zoo sign here. And yeah, so this is a top tier Lego game hub world for sure, Gotham City. And I think a lot of people feel that the next game, Lego Batman 3, was really a downgrade compared to this game's hub. So who knows what you think about that? Yeah, so I think that's pretty much gonna do it for the
mentioned 3. Yeah, even this guy mentions 3 to be not that good.
Gotham City hub world. It's massive. Obviously, they went even bigger in later Lego games. Of course, Lego Star Wars Saga here is a gold Lego object, which I think originally had a Kuiper brick, or not a Kuiper brick, gold.
I got
gold
the
brick, I think,
Arkham
like,
Asylum
like,
games, like the actual Batman games,
a gold
not
brick
the
or
Lego
something.
ones.
Yeah, I think that's
Yes,
pretty much gonna do it
imagine
here.
I had
So,
so many
let
hours
me
in
know in
Lego
the comments what
Batman
you think of the
unlocked.
Gotham
Imagine
City
my
hub
old
world.
when I
Like
got
this video
this.
was
That
really
must have
like it. If
been
not,
one of
subscribe
the
for more content like
biggest
this.
upgrades ever.
I'll see you guys next time here on Quick Break Games.
Holy, that must have been such a massive upgrade. That must have been ridiculous. Holy moly. So we got DC supervillains. We got the first one. I don't know, should I play the first one? Maybe.
Lego Batman, a video game.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to play the first one. I definitely want to play the second one. And then possibly the fourth one. Possibly the fourth one. I'm not sure. One didn't have an open world. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, one has just like the generic like levels and stuff. The actual Batman games, I got all of them for just $11, including Premium Arkham Knight. Where is it? Arkham. Yeah, there we go. So there's Knight, Origins, City, Asylum. Jesus Christ, how many of them are there? God damn. Game of the Year edition. This was Game of the Year? Oh my god. That's sick. What it's like to be Batman, face off against all Gotham's great villains, explore every inch of Arkham Asylum, roam freely. Oh yeah, this is open world, isn't it? God damn, what the fuck? I don't remember Batman fighting off skeletons and necromancers. What the fuck? Holy moly. Use the middle stick to dodge Joker's gunfire. What? The best one of the Arkham series. Timeless masterpiece that still holds up. Boss fights. Well, the rest of the game is top tier. The boss encounters, especially in the final one, are a bit underwhelming compared to the high quality of the combat. Something challenge that absolutely nightmare and kept me from hitting 100% completion. Jesus, these games are so well loved. People constantly harp on about you should 100% it. That's so interesting. Wow. Just throw it back already. Okay, alright. We got a little gooner here, man. Listen, I know I've been doing my squats. My shit fat, but like goddamn. New Arkham game was horrendous. I don't know. I don't even know which one was the... So which one was the newest one? Actually, you know what?
Where is the pink man? Is he still locked in the basement with the children? Sigga see.
Arkham series order. So this is the first time I'm seeing this, bruv. Batman games in order, including DLC. Can be played in true primary orders depending on whether they prioritize narrative timeline or the evolution of gameplay mechanics. I guess narrative, I don't know. Arkham Origins. Okay. Arkham Origins Blackgate. I've never heard of this one. A side scroller.
L streamer LLLL69 Malako idiot banana nana newbie symbol emoji newbie symbol emoji 69 liters length LLL.
Arkham Asylum 2009 first main game release. Oh, okay. When the Joker takes over Arkham Asylum. So I think I would rather, if I was to go play this series, I'll play Arkham Asylum. I don't think I'm bothered to do the prequel and stuff. Origins? Maybe, who knows. Set 1 year, so Arkham City, 1 year after Asylum. Waldorf District of Gotham.
Wheel of Dharma emoji, Japanese monthly amount button emoji, Chinese for nothingness emoji, menorah emoji, Chinese for existence emoji, Japanese monthly amount button emoji, 676767676767 Daddy Pickle.
Anyway, there's the VR. That must be, like, very wacky. Arkham Knight. Oh, right. The final main installment. Oh, yeah, I remember this.
696,969,669,669,969.
Shut your bitch ass up, bro. God damn. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Arkham Knight, in my opinion, is good for me. So, Arkham Knight is essentially the final main installments. And then, yeah, I remember this. I remember watching videos about how this ruined the series. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I remember this. Damn, that was 2 years ago. God damn. Anyway, yeah, I remember this. This was like what essentially ruined the series. And people are essentially, you guys know that Avatar: The Last Airbender meme, where it's like, there's no war in Singbadad. There's no war. Same thing. There's no such thing as Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. It doesn't exist. Yeah, this is I remember this. So so this doesn't exist. I'm probably not gonna play the Origins. So most likely I'll probably play, you know, Asylum, City, then Night. Most likely. Arkham Knight was where Batman died and then fucking killed the Justice League, made me wanna die. Yeah. Look at Kill the Justice League character designs. Yeah, I've seen it. It's very yeah. It just wasn't good. It was the definition of completely unnecessary. It was not needed, bro. Honestly, it was not needed at all, bruv. I will say Harley Quinn looks like absolute dog shit, bro. What the hell? This is a cool design. Too bad the actual game was just not very good. It's unfortunate. What intonation is it? What the fuck? Okay, anyway. Is this freaking Call of Duty or something? What the hell is this, bro? What the Okay, interesting. It's not great. It's not great. Oh wait, this is a Reddit one. I like the AI one better. Unfortunate. Joker and Mrs. Freeze? Oh? Mrs. Freeze? What? What are you talking about? Jesus, holy schnoz, bruv. What the okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I guess it's, I mean, I don't know. Something's off about him. It's a bit weird. He looks like someone that's cosplaying as Joker. He doesn't look like the Joker, low-key. I don't know, it's a bit weird. You're saying Mrs. Freeze? Oh my god. She better be a baddie. That don't look like, whoa. Okay, why is she dressed like a lesbian? Why does she look like a lesbian? Hello? Yo, what is this? Hello? What the fuck? She looks like Zarya from Overwatch. What is that? That's a bit weird. Okay. It's so weird. Okay. Alright, okay. Okay, no gooning for me. No, alright, my bad. I apologize. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I want to do. Do I want to... let me check, actually. Lego Batman 1 gameplay. Motherfucker said open world, bruv. Retrospective and analysis. Ooh.
Hey everyone, welcome to Quick Break Games. So in 2008, developer TT Games decided to branch away from the Star Wars titles that they had become known for. During the summer, they launched LEGO Indiana Jones: The Original Adventures, another Lucasfilm property. But in the fall of that year, they dwelled into a brand new landscape, the world of DC Comics, with LEGO Batman the video game.
I will say the
first time this
game
game would
looks
not be
really
adapting
good. I think this is like the PC port.
Film franchise into LEGO form. LEGO Batman would tell an entirely original story set in the LEGO
Damn,
version
this
of
looks
Gotham
good.
City. Now, although the story is original, this game clearly takes heavy inspiration from the late 80s and 90s Tim Burton era Batman films. This is super evident since the classic Danny Elfman music plays throughout the game. I'd say the general design of Gotham City looks very Tim Burton as well. But was TT Games able to pull off a LEGO game based on the superhero DC universe? Let's find out as we do a complete analysis and retrospective of LEGO Batman the video game. When you boot up the game, you're greeted with an iconic shot of Batman and Robin on top of a building watching over Gotham with the 1989 Danny Elfman.
Oh my god, this must have been sick. Being able to play like your favorite cartoon characters in a video game, that must have been sick.
Theme playing, of course. Upon starting a new game, you'll see a pre-rendered cutscene of all of Batman's greatest villains escaping Arkham Asylum and wreaking havoc on the city. But Batman and Robin aren't far behind. After all the cutscenes, you see the first loading screen for the first level. You can bank on Batman. The loading screens in this game are kind of unique in that they give a little description of what's going on in the story, and you see the villain that the level is focusing on. First up is Clayface. Personally, I think this is a perfect first level. It's pretty much just classic Batman and Robin fighting crime on the streets of Gotham while teaching you all the new gameplay mechanics.
This is based on the
game adds
comics,
some
by
new
the way,
features to
not the
hand-to-hand combat.
movies.
As you beat up
Lego
multiple enemies,
Batman
you'll
3 was
notice a multiplier
based
that
on
increases as you keep
movies.
taking on multiple enemies in a short time
Interesting.
frame.
No,
This
that
actually
makes
a slow
sense.
multiplier, so after you
That
beat
makes
up a bunch of
sense.
thugs, you can try to run around into some nearby studs for a second or two for a nice multiplier boost. There's also the new grab mechanic where you can pick up thugs, carry them around if you'd like, and then knock them out. If you hold on to the attack button, an aiming reticle will appear on screen. You can use this to aim and throw batarangs anywhere that's viewable across your screen. You can even drag the reticle across multiple items, and the batarang will fly in a line that hits all of them.
Oh, that's
I think this is a really cool feature that
cool.
allows you to use Batman's most iconic weapon, the batarang. And speaking of Batman's gadgets, remember the grapple hook spots from the LEGO Star Wars games? Those return here, except now they are used to grapple up with Batman and Robin's grapple gun. You have a little more control over them now too. You can go up or down or even stop while grappling up. I don't find this to be particularly useful since you can't really do much while you're just hanging there, but hey, it is a change nonetheless. And continuing on traversal, there's these new zip lines that Batman and Robin can crawl or walk across to reach new areas.
That's cool.
Throughout the game, you may come across thugs holding a hostage. There's actually 25 hostages to rescue throughout the entire game. And if you do this, you'll unlock the villain Hush as a playable character. A fast guide and one short video is available on my channel if you'd like to try to get all 25. Anyways, a major new feature of this game is the suit mechanic. As you play through the game, you'll come across these suit swapper signals that contain different suits for Batman or Robin. First up is the demolition suit. The demolition suit grants Batman the ability to plant bombs, which can then be detonated to destroy silver LEGO objects.
That's cool.
Later on in the level, you'll discover Robin's technology suit. The technology suit allows Robin to interact with computer terminals, which solve different puzzles throughout the game. Eventually, you'll reach the bank that Clayface is robbing. Clayface becomes this game.
I'll be honest. We're only 4 minutes in, right? Technically 2 minutes in, right, of the actual game. This game seems fucking incredible. What? Am I crazy? Also, see you later, Mayara. You could change into different suits that give you different abilities. Bro, am I crazy? This is the first one. This is the first game made in 2008. Already, this game has like a ton of like depth to it. Am I crazy? This game like is really, really like it seems really, really good. What the hell? Like from a game design perspective, this game looks awesome.
Game's first boss where you use Batman's demolition suit bombs as well as batarangs to defeat him. And that wraps up the first level. As always with TT Games' LEGO games, you're met with a results screen which recaps everything you collected in that level.
Ooh.
I like the design of the results screen in this one. I
That's
think it's
nice.
supposed to be kind of like a desk at the GCPD with different images.
Yeah, that's
That
nice.
was pretty cool. Anyway, though, minikits return, and they've received a nice black and yellow Batman redesign. There's 10 to find in each level, just like before. There's also one red power brick to find in each level, which will grant you upgrades to Batman's suits. More on that later. Upon completing a level in story mode,
Upgrades? Oh
free
my
play mode
god,
will
this
unlock,
is
so you
meta
can jump back into level
progression?
any of your unlocked characters and grab those collectibles. And another shameless plug here, but if you need help finding any of the minikits or red bricks in this game, I have ultra fast guides for every level in this game available neatly in a playlist here on the channel.
Fair,
Link
fair,
for that is
fair.
in the description. But okay, let's go ahead and move on. So the second level is called an icy reception. As you can probably tell by the name, we're going to be dealing with Mr. Freeze. This level takes place at an ice cream factory, and you begin just outside the building. This is where we discover Robin's magnet suit. The suit allows Robin to walk along magnetic surfaces that look like this. But Robin isn't the only one to get a new suit. Shortly after we get inside the ice cream factory, we unlock Batman's glide suit. As the name suggests, Batman can now glide across short gaps. And then once we get to the end of the level, we have our boss fight with Mr. Freeze himself. He's surprisingly pretty tough. His attacks are brutal, and he can instantly turn you into a block of ice with his freeze gun. Be sure to switch characters when that happens. But once you take him down, Riddler makes a brief appearance to give us a clue to the next level location. Just leave us
That's funny.
the level of the game, Two-Face Chase. In this one, we get to control the Batmobile or Robin's Batbike.
Oh
and
my
chase down Two-Face's
god,
truck.
bro, what? Yo, what the? Only the third level, I'm already getting some more like variety to
On the
levels.
streets of Gotham. The Batmobile controls pretty decent. You can fire regular bullets and launch a tow cable from the back.
Ah! He fucking hooked the car.
And this level is divided into 3 main sections, which all revolve around shooting Riddler's trucks, grappling them with Batman's tow cable, and then delivering them into a police helicopter to be taken away.
Oh.
And then in the final section of the level, there's a boss fight with Two-Face's armored truck, where we do the exact same thing, except you just do it 3 times in a row on Two-Face. Once he's defeated, that ends the level. Batman and Robin head back to the Batcave, and Batman analyzes a leaf using the Batcomputer. He determines Riddler's next location is the Botanical Gardens, which of course means Poison Ivy's going to be involved within the next level, which is called a Poisonous Appointment. In the opening section, we use a bulldozer to reveal Batman's sonic suit. This grants the ability to shatter glass LEGO objects with the high-pitched sonic gun. Inside the gardens, Robin finds the attract suit. This is kind of an interesting one. We use the attract suit to suck up red, green, and yellow LEGO pieces. The number of pieces you collected is displayed on his back in a little tank. Once you've collected enough pieces, usually 25, you can deposit them at an attracto machine nearby. These machines usually provide some way to progress the level. In this case, getting rid of this giant plant
That's a
in our way.
bit boring.
That's not all the suits in this level. Batman also discovers
That's
the heat
boring,
protection suit,
but
allowing Batman
all
to
the other
touch and interact
suits so
with
far
red
have been
LEGO
pretty
objects.
cool.
This is definitely the least used suit in the entire game. I think this is actually the only time it's ever used in the main story. The rest is just used for collecting
No,
tickets and
that's
whatnot
funny.
in free play mode. The boss fight with Poison Ivy involves taking down 3 of her giant plants, while she herself and her green goons fight you as well. Poison Ivy is ultimately finally defeated, but the Riddler escapes to rob the Gotham Bank. So this leads us into the final level, the face-off. This level begins on a bridge where we fight some goons and do some puzzle solving to reach Gotham Bank's island. We use Robin's magnet suit to climb up a wall, and
this game is kind of short, no?
inside the bank. None other than Two-Face is waiting for us inside. For some reason, the Gotham Gold Reserve building has tanks of green acid just sitting around, which Two-Face uses to flood the room. We have to use Batman's glide suit.
Wait, how the fuck is he? How is he immune to the acid? What the hell?
Move across the acid while fighting Two-Face at the same time. Later on, there's this room where you do some platforming to dodge these lasers. I always thought this was kind of a cool looking room in the game. But anyways, we get inside the vault where a lengthy fight against Two-Face and the Riddler occurs. So you gotta take down all their hearts of health, beat them up, and send all the villains so far that we've encountered back at Arkham Asylum, ending episode 1, The Riddler's Revenge. Okay, so once you completed the first episode...
Wait, episode 1? Huh?
You'll arrive at the Batcave hub world. I must say, what a perfect area to base this game's hub. To the left over you spawn, you'll find the Bat Computer. This works as this game's store where you can spin your hard-earned studs. The store is mostly the same as the prior games. The data section is a new one, which gives neat little fun facts about Batman and his villains. For example, this one talks about Batman's Batsuit, how it's made of Kevlar. You of course can buy characters, extras, enter cheat codes, rewatch cutscenes, all of that good stuff here. There is the new suit upgrade section, which I talked about earlier. Suit upgrades are unlocked by collecting red bricks, and these upgrade Batman and Robin's different suits and new abilities. So pretty cool. And speaking of the suits, if we walk away from the Bat Computer, we have suit swapper signals for both Batman and Robin found here in the Batcave. You can pull on these levers to switch to any of the suits you've unlocked and use them throughout the Batcave if you'd like. Walking to the left, we can take an elevator down to the Hero Mission Room. Here you can see Batman's famous vehicles, the Batmobile on the left, the Batboat down the middle, and the Batwing on the right. Now, of course, the LEGO games before this one divided the levels by the movie that they were based on. Of course, this game isn't based off of any films, but you can sort of think of each vehicle as representing a different movie or episode in the story. Each episode has a main villain, which are the Riddler, the Penguin, and the Joker, and each chapter has 5 levels to complete. We've already completed the first episode, The Riddler's Revenge, which corresponds to
Oh my god, I thought the game was already over. No, there's wow, okay, there's different chapters.
Both holds the second episode,
Makes
Penguin,
sense, but
and
my
Batwing
god.
has the third episode, The Joker's Return levels. If you continue walking to the right, there's another elevator which leads into Wayne Manor. This is where you can view all your completed minikits. I love how to get back to the Batcave, the door to the elevator is behind a bookshelf, just like the classic Adam West TV show, and really a lot of Batman media, to be honest. So I think that covers most of the Batcave, so I think now would be the time to jump into the Batboat and begin the first level of episode 2, which is called There She Goes Again. So episode 2 is all about
that's
Penguin.
so freaking unique, bro. I swear to God, this game is like, it never makes it like boring. It always switches up ever so slightly. This is incredible.
Level focuses on Catwoman. This one starts off near some of the docks, but primarily takes place on Gotham City rooftops. In the middle of the level, you'll have
Oh my god, are we gonna get a
She has
kiss
4
from
hearts of health, and
Catwoman?
she's very simple to take down. You then get to fight her again at the end of the level where she has 10 hearts of health. This fight goes on for quite a bit longer than the first one. For one, because you obviously have to hit her 10 times, but 2, every hit or 2, Catwoman will keep evading you until you take out all of Penguin's henchmen.
Fair.
She also likes to jump between all these different rooftops that have different elevation levels, which can take some time going up and down ladders. Once she's defeated, you'll have this cutscene of Batman and Catwoman making out, which is a little weird to see in a LEGO game. Alright, next up
That's
we have
cute.
Batboat Battle. As the name suggests, we get to control the Batboat for the first time.
Oh
The controls
my
are very similar to the
God.
Batmobile. Like the Batmobile, the Batboat does have a tow cable which you can use to drag bombs around to blow up silver LEGO objects. About halfway through the level, you'll need to switch to Robin's watercraft since he has the unique ability to fire torpedoes, which can destroy red, yellow, and
Whoa.
green LEGO objects. Eventually, you'll reach the boss battle against Penguin's submarine. The Batboat's tow cable comes in handy in dragging bombs to blow up the sub. After doing that several times, you can hit him with regular bullets, and the submarine will be history. I haven't talked about the cutscenes too much, but the cutscenes in this game are just as good as the other LEGO games. For example, in this one, Robin's head just gets sliced off by a sewer cover.
Damn.
But don't worry, he's just fine.
Oh.
So this leads us to the sewers where we need to handle Killer Croc in the level under the city. This level introduces us to the final new suit of the game, Robin's water suit. This allows Robin to walk underwater and solve different puzzles and obstacles the game throws at you.
Okay.
In this case, we have to walk under the water to
That's
get over to the
whatever. I
special
mean,
switch.
yeah,
With
that's
the rainwater,
whatever, I
Batman
guess.
uses demolition suit to blow up a silver LEGO object. Eventually, we'll exit the sewers and end up in what looks like a jail cell where the battle with Killer Croc takes place. Killer Croc has a whopping 14 hearts of health. He's
Damn.
going to distance himself from you by standing in some green acid while also throwing some LEGO objects at you. Just dodge them and then he'll leave the acid, leaving him open for attack. Rinse and repeat, and that's it for Killer
Okay,
Croc.
that's kinda
In the cutscene,
boring.
Batman finds some sort of zoo brochure, which leads us to the next level, Zoo's Company. This level is fairly puzzle-based. You'll have to use Batman and Robin's different suit abilities to build a bulldozer, giving you an entrance into the zoo. There's then another puzzle involving Robin's technology suit and both Batman's sonic and glide suits to build a bridge leading to the other side of the zoo. The next section is this cool kind of jungle / pond area with these bouncy lily
Ooh,
pads.
see, this is what I mean. They always switch it up in one unique way or another. It's so good, fam. What else was I mean? The zoo level, my favorite. Oh my god, bro, this. Bro, what was I? Well, bro, I don't know, bro. This game is like insane. Like, oh my god, the amount of time and effort and passion put into this game is ridiculous. Oh my god, you really can tell the love like put into this game. It's incredible.
That you can kind of traverse across. Definitely not your typical Batman environment. You'll drop down to this boat where you'll discover Man-Bat's secret lair. Man-Bat has a pretty cool boss fight where you're going to need to dodge his bombs as he flies overhead. Meanwhile, you need to build a gramophone which causes loud noises, bringing Man-Bat to the ground. Keep doing this until you've taken out all 9 of Man-Bat's hearts. By the way, why does Man-Bat get 9 hearts of health but not Catwoman? It would totally make much more sense for Catwoman. But anyways, it turns out that the Penguin himself
Oh yeah, because she's a cat, 9 lives type shit.
also has a lair in the Gotham Zoo, meaning the next level is appropriately titled Penguin's Lair. I have to mention that the opening cutscene of this level has one of the best shots of the entire game. Batman and Robin just jumping into action towards the camera. Gotta love it.
Holy moly.
But overall, this level is pretty short. There's this opening section.
I didn't know penguins could. What the fuck?
Different bodies of water.
Damn.
Some of the penguins goons will be attacking you as well.
Yo, the penguins pulling out the 9 is crazy, by the
After that,
way.
you're already at the boss fight arena.
Catwoman and
Fight
Penguin.
involves both Catwoman and Penguin. For most of the fight, they're going
Bro, we just made out Catwoman. Why are you
to
doing
stand
this?
up on this ledge in front of
What
Penguin's
the
machine,
hell?
which I guess is supposed to control robot penguins throughout the city or something. Who knows Penguin's plan there? But I do like how there is this neat mechanic where you need to rotate this LEGO object wall to the correct angle in order to reflect Penguin's bombs towards the silver Lego objects around the room. Definitely a unique mechanic there. And then throughout the fight, Penguin and Catwoman will jump down to fight you, but Penguin is the one who actually matters since you need to take down all 10 of his hearts to end the boss fight. He likes to glide around with his umbrella every now and then too, so make sure to throw batarangs at him to get him to come down. Once he's defeated, there's a cutscene of Penguin and all of his buddies chilling behind the bars.
So that's chapter 2?
So we have yet another supervillain defeated. So now that we finished off episode 2, we'll be teleported back to the Batcave.
Oh, it's
so head back to the hero mission room,
call it
and we can jump into the Batwing on the right to start episode 3 of the story, which is the final episode called Joker's Return. So now that Penguin and Riddler are defeated, all that's left is Joker and his posse. In this first level, we head to Ace Chemicals, aka Joker's home turf, where the Mad Hatter awaits. This one begins outside where you need to use Robin's tracksuit on 2 different occasions. After you deposit his red, yellow, and green Lego pieces into the nearby Attracto machine, you'll get this vacuum-like vehicle which allows you to suck up all the green acid in the area. Later on, you fill up a second Attracto machine, giving you a grenade launcher, which allows you to bring the vacuum vehicle inside the building. The rest of the level takes place inside Ace Chemicals as you use a bulldozer to kind of get through many of this level's obstacles. At the end of the level, we have a boss fight against the Mad Hatter. You need to use Batman and Robin's different abilities to get Mad Hatter to fall into the acid. Watch out when you fight him though, because he can use his mind control abilities, forcing you to switch to the other character. Repeat this a couple times and he'll be defeated. During the cutscene, Joker's helicopter can be seen heading into Gotham's amusement park, leading us into the next level. So the Joker and Harley Quinn have captured Commissioner Gordon at the amusement mile. Obviously, it's up to Batman and Robin to rescue him. This one is called Little Fun at the Big Top. This is a pretty fun level as you'll be fighting your way through the park. There will be plenty of Joker clown henchmen coming down from balloons to slow your progress. Batman's Sonic suit is used in this one to destroy some glass Lego object doors, as well as Robin's magnet and a tracksuits. There is a boss fight with Joker's girlfriend, Harley Quinn. She is armed with
okay, you just straight up. Okay. Bro, you. What was that?
Object doors, as well as Robin's magnet and a tracksuits. There is a boss fight with Joker's
Bro,
girlfriend,
she's
Harley Quinn.
bro,
She's
what
and
the
goes back
fuck?
to
How
the
is she not dizzy,
Key to
bro?
is to continue chasing her down, forcing her to backflip over and over again until she gets tired.
Okay.
Once she's taken care of, Batman
That's
rescues
such
Commissioner Gordon
okay.
before
That's
escapes in his helicopter.
that's
This brings us to the
silly.
next level, Flight
Okay,
of the Bat,
yeah.
where we get to fly the Batwing and Batcopter because now Scarecrow is threatening the city
Scarecrow,
with
oh
his spear
my
gas as he usually does. Scarecrow has his own biplane that he flies around with.
Oh
in this game.
my
As with other
god,
vehicle
this
levels,
must have been so sick as a kid. Getting to ride the freaking bat helicopter, fucking oh my god, that looks sick.
Which get in our way, like these Joker missile launchers. Meanwhile, the
Oh
Batcopter comes in
my
handy
god,
because it has a
so
tow cable allowing us
sick.
to tow these hover mines, which can destroy.
You know the most amazing thing? There are 3 more episodes hidden. So basically, another half the game is hidden in the Batcave after you finish the first 3 episodes. Is that why the game? Is that why the video is only not even halfway through? Oh my god, 3 hidden episodes, bro. What?
Silver Lego objects. After the first area, there's the second sort of filler
Oh
area.
my god, if you were a kid finding those 3 hidden episodes, your mind, your little brain must have been like cooked because oh my god, fam. Holy moly, wait, hold on, I need to pop out my mobile, immobile. There you go. It was like hitting the jackpot. Oh yeah, 100%. Bro, this game itself, bro, if your parents or your sibling or your older sibling bought you this game, bro, that in itself was a jackpot. Oh my god, fam.
Yeah, then you can reach the final section.
Like the amount of content in this game, not only the amount of content, the amount of unique content in this game. There's so much, like, so many layers to this. This is incredible. My god. This is probably like, oh my god, 2000s, 2010s. That's when games were like at its peak. And that's when passion was also at its peak.
Where we have our boss fight against Scarecrow's biplane. He surprisingly only has 3 hearts of health. What you need to do to defeat him is to grapple his biplane with the
My
Batcopter's
mom
tow
bought
cable,
me this
slowing him
game
down.
when it
This will
came
wait for
out
the
when I
purple
was
torpedo
like, hey,
attack
bro,
from
when
the
it
Batman.
came
Once you
out,
do
when
this
it
3 times,
came
Scarecrow
out,
is
it
able to
must have been hella expensive. You know how it is. Oh my god, bro. Props to your mother and every mother and father that bought their kids this game. Because good lord, this game is like insanely good. Just from looking at it. God damn. Transformers Decepticon DS. My goat, fam. Oh my god, the Nintendo DS, fam. I will say, I believe that... Wait, was this for... it was like 15, 20 euros. Never mind. What the fuck, bruv? Yo, I remember games used to be like 60, 70 euros, bro. What the hell? Where did your mother bought it from? The freaking farmers market? Jesus Christ. Games used to be cheap. I don't know about that. Games used to be hella expensive, man. Games used to be hella expensive. If anything, games were cheap back in whatchamacallit, 2014, 2016? 2016, 2018, because that's when games were like 30 bucks. Games were cheap back then for the PS2. Oh, for the PS2. To be fair, I only had games for like the Nintendo DS. But one of the benefits of the Nintendo DS is the fact that we had the... I forgot what's it called. It was this specific cartridge where you can download pretty much every game on existence for free. I don't remember what it was called. And the benefit of the Nintendo DS was the fact that you could also play Game Boy games as well. So you could play like Castlevania, Chicken Little, things of that nature. So you had like access to 2 game consoles games essentially with the Nintendo DS. And yeah, my friend had that Game Boy DS. I was so jealous. Oh man, yeah. We had the Game Boy and the Nintendo DS. So I believe because it's Nintendo, right? That's why for me games were so expensive in comparison to like the PlayStation or Xbox. That must be why. So that's good to know, fam. She was a lucky bastard. Oh man, bro. I remember there was this one time where I went to my cousin's house and we played Mario Kart. And that was the first ever Mario Kart game I played, the Mario Kart DS game. And it was such a good game that I just straight up stole it. I just stole it. Like, honestly, I just stole it. So yeah, my PS3 could play PS2 and PS1 games, and my mom and her brother had so many old games from when they were young. Oh my god, Christopher, you literally hit the freaking genetic jackpot, bruv. You had a family line of games, bro. Oh my god, a family line of games, Christopher. Holy blessings, bruv. God damn. Me and her and my cousin used to play Mario Kart. Oh my god, fam. I remember back in what's it called? Elementary school, we had this, I think it was like Golden Week or Golden Month, where we finished all our work, we finished all our exams, right, in elementary school. And we were able to bring in like whichever console, games, whatever, and no uniform and stuff. And I remember I brought in Mario Kart DS, and then everyone else was like, "Oh my god, I have Mario Kart DS. Let's play together, bro." Oh my god, it was fun as hell, bro. That's how I got introduced to Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy as a series. Final Fantasy is a classic. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic series that majority of kids gets introduced to. It's so good, fam. It's like a rite of passage, bruv. You get introduced to so many games, but Final Fantasy is 100% one of them. That's like, yeah, you know? And it's all different for everyone else. Like, some people got introduced to 9, some got, like, introduced to 1, 2, and 3. Bro, I got introduced to the freaking spin-off games, man. I got introduced to Revenant Wings, which was hard as fuck. It was oh my god. And plus, it was an RTS as well. I hate RTS games. They're so overwhelming. I hate them. But, you know. Because it was the only game, one of the few games we had access to, of course I played it, right? And what else? There was also Crystal Chronicles, Final Fantasy, I believe it was called Crystal Chronicles. Oh no, Ring of Fate. It was Crystal Chronicle, Ring of Fates. This was an action game. This was actually a really, really good game. Yeah, it was this one. It was this one here. So I think it says Crystal Chronicles. Yeah, Crystal Chronicles, Ring of Fates. Those are another Crystal Chronicle games, but that one was not that good. But it had a lot more content. So yeah, 8 was my favorite and still is my favorite game of all time. There's 9, 8, but a lot of people, you know. Oh yeah, this was like the, you know, how do you say it? This one was a weird one, right? It was part of the main storyline, but it had so many different characters compared to the normal cast that's like... Oh, but then again, to be fair, majority of Final Fantasy games are not like, are not related to each other, so it doesn't really matter, you know? Yeah. 9 was with, what's it called, Titus? What was his name? No, it wasn't this one. I think I was thinking of another one. But yeah, majority like, oh man. That's the beauty of Final Fantasy games. Majority of them are not like linked to each other. So you can just play any one of them. And it was like, yeah, 10 was Titus, yes. I thought 10 was the one with the woman. The one with the pink hair. Was that 11? No, this is the online game. 12? No. 13? Yeah, it was 13. Jesus, I was way, way off. I remember this one. 13 was the pink hair. Yeah. But bro, honestly, like, games, like, honestly, I feel bad for... Okay, I know this is a boomer thing, right? I feel bad for the kids nowadays. They don't have the, you know... But I think the responsibility is on the parent to slowly introduce your child to all your favorite series. Like, when I become older and I have a child, right? I think I think I would introduce my kids to the Lego Batman series. Because first of all, Legos, they're freaking sick. Secondly, this game, bro, we're watching this retrospective right now. It looks like such a good game, bro. It's insane. And games definitely had more character. 100%, they had way more character, way more passion, right? It was just good, fam. When you had graphical, you need to make that up. Oh my god, fam. Yeah, the best example would have to be Silent Hill. My god, but games back then were the epitome of like creative. They weren't the most well designed games, right? Obviously, a lot of those games were extremely hard. They weren't designed very well, and some of them were just bullshit difficulty. I still remember the freaking the original Castlevania game on the Game Boy. That shit was hard, bro. That shit was hard. But man, like things like the Lego Batman series, the Final Fantasy series. What other series are there? Man, and there's probably a bunch of other games like Etrian Odyssey. Me personally, I played The World Ends With You. Like, oh my god, fam. Watch the hidden levels of Lego Batman. I'm pretty sure this retrospective is gonna mention the hidden levels. I hope so. If not, we're just gonna watch it, but I'm gonna search it up. But yeah, I think it's because modern day games don't have that, that legacy, that same amount of passion, right? Not to say there aren't good games nowadays. There's a lot of good games nowadays, right? But I think it's our responsibility as parents to slowly introduce our children to these incredible series back in the day. Incredibly old series. Because, man, Sly Cooper series, Final Fantasy series, Lego Batman series, what else? What are the series? There's a bunch of single games that I liked. And a lot of people like Bravely Default, The World Ends With You, Etrian Odyssey, Suikoden. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. If you're a parent, what game would you give your kid first to introduce them to gaming? That's a very good question. That's a very, very good question. Because me personally, right? Me and my brother, we started off with the Nintendo 64. So we had games like Mario 64, and we had like this weird Star Wars game. Let me show you. Star Wars game Nintendo 64. Which, by the way, not only was this Star Wars game hard because it was a game that was super Shadows of the Empire. This game was super old, and people back then didn't know how to do game balance, right? These games were really, really hard. A classic case would have to be like whatchamacallit? Like Castlevania, right? Let me see. Oh yeah, this is to put into perspective on how hard this game was back. Obviously, I was a kid, right? I didn't have the dexterity. This game was so hard. I literally only replayed the first level, which was the spaceship level, which was not only really fun, right? But it was a lot less scary than the next levels, than the future levels, which were all like as humans. Like you played as this guy. There was some racing levels, but
I've seen postcards.
I didn't like those.
Gladiator droids.
Really cool game. This is my original. Okay, we'll play really one. Medium difficulty.
That was medium difficulty? Yeah, check this out. Yeah. This was the first level, and I only played this level because it was fun.
Wow!
And it wasn't scary.
Willy, you dummy.
The future levels were very scary.
Slow down. There we go.
Oh yeah, there was this one as well. It was cool, fam. It was cool. Yeah, it didn't help that the music as a human levels were freaking like very, very ominous. I hated it as a kid, fam. First ever game I remember playing was the original Pac-Man. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure I did play Pac-Man. Either Pac-Man. I played Snake on the Nokia phone. But yeah, I had Mario 64, that Star Wars game, and my brother was a big football fan, so he played PES, not FIFA. He played PES, and then we got access to the Game Boy, which had Chicken Little Game Boy. It was this one. It was this one. So there was these levels, there was the racing levels, and then there was the big chicken levels. So it wasn't this one. Yeah, so this was the racing level. Let me see. Oh, yeah, and there was also dodgeball as well. This was actually kind of fun, actually. It was actually kind of fun. And then there's the big chicken levels. But I don't think it's going to show it. No, it's not going to show it. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Yeah, you would play this guy. He had a gun. He could melee. This was genuinely the scariest level. My god, the monsters looked freaky. The music was, oh my god, the music was also ominous. And the final boss, oh my god, it was this guy here. It was this guy here. Oh my god, this boss was so damn hard. Because you see this ball here, right? This was literally your only, this was the only platform you had in this final boss. Bro, and the worst part is this ball used to rotate slowly. So as a kid with very little dexterity, you just fumble, bruv. It was insane. This was the first boss. This was the first boss. This wasn't hard. This wasn't that bad. Even me as a kid could beat it, right? This was just like... Bro, the difficulty spike was insane, bro. Actually ridiculous. Like, oh my god, fam. So there was that. And then we also, obviously on the Game Boy, we also had Castlevania. But again, that was genuinely the epitome of just hard games. And then we finally got the Nintendo DS. So we had a bunch of games on the Nintendo DS. So we had Metroid Prime Nintendo DS. So I think it was... Actually, we had two Metroid Prime games. We had Metroid Hunter. And then we had Metroid... So it wasn't the Nintendo DS. It was the Game Boy, wasn't it? I believe it must have been the Game Boy, right? Where is it? Metroid Hunters. Metroid Hunters was like insane, by the way. Like, good lord. Metroid Nintendo DS. Metroid Prime Hunters, Metroid. Maybe it was the Game Boy. Let's see. Yeah, I think it was Metroid Fusion. It was Metroid Fusion. Yeah, I remember. So we had access to this. The problem is that my brother sold this cartridge for something else. I don't know why. But Metroid Prime Hunters was a first-person shooter, and because it was on the Nintendo DS, you would aim with the stylus, but it was so awkward. You would use one hand to move, and then the other to, you know, aim with the stylus. It was so awkward. It was genuinely so awkward. But man, this game was... yeah, that's how it looked like. So you would aim with the stylus. Not only was this game in first person, so it was quite nerve-wracking, but... the freaking bosses were hard as well, man. The bosses were hard. And it had, like, PvP as well. It had PvP. In fact, I'll show you guys gameplay of this. Because this one was actually insane. 100% walkthrough. This game was actually insane, by the way. It was genuinely insane. It was hard as fuck, by the way. It was hard. This game was just very, very stimulating. It was just overstimulating for little old me, bruv. To this day, I still haven't, like, sometimes I play on emulators and play old games, but I still haven't played this one. It was just so overstimulating. This game was only 2.5 hours long. I remember the boss fights were really hard. Also, they were very scary. The bosses were no pushover, I will tell you that. Let me see if I can find the boss fight. At least the first one. Oh, cutscenes. What the hell is that, bruv? Is that the first boss fight? mostly no. I want to see because those other hunters. There was a PvP mode with this game, right? And you could play as either Samus or the other hunters. And the other hunters would be like bosses in this game, essentially. Oh, there he is. Yep. Noxus, yeah, I remember. So they would have a bunch of like other, like look at that, look at that, look at that. Every hunter had their own version of like the ball, like the Metroid Prime ball. And they had their own weapons and stuff. It was so insane, bro. I used to play the PvP against the bots. And I used to just camp because I was just so scared. But yeah. But to answer the question of which game I would introduce my kid to, I think I would introduce them to all of them. Honestly, I would introduce them to all of them. Let's say for the Final Fantasy series, right? I wouldn't introduce them to like 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Maybe I would introduce them to 5, but definitely not 1 through 4, right? But I would introduce them to the one that's like, I would introduce them to like a few pixel games, like Final Fantasy 5, maybe. But I would also introduce them like very slowly, right? There was also Dragon Quest, The Starry Skies. That was an incredible game, and it had just like an insane amount of like, it had an insane amount of content, like a ridiculous amount, right? So not only will I introduce them slowly to each game series, but I'd also introduce them slowly to each console as well. But only the old ones, right? So like you mentioned, I would for the PlayStation, I would only gift them like the PlayStation 3 and then slowly go through all the game series, right? And then for the Xbox, oh man, the Xbox was awesome because it had games like Castle Crashers. Xbox was perfect for like co-op games. So things like Castle Crashers, technically Guitar Hero, and yeah, Xbox was really, really cool. Xbox 360 specifically. And then I would for handheld devices, right? There's only ever 2 handheld devices in the world, in history, where not only is it actually a handheld device where you can put in your pocket and play with your hand like this, right? And it's not too big, like the fucking Steam Deck and like Nintendo Switch, right? Not only that, I would get them. There was only 2. That would be the Nintendo DS and the PS Vita. The Nintendo DS had a bunch of games, but the PS Vita had like incredible games such as Monster Hunter, God Eater, the Kingdom Hearts series, especially Birth by Sleep, and what else was there? Oh yeah, one of the first ever Kingdom Hearts game that I've ever played was Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days on the Nintendo DS. It was insane, fam. All of them have deep meaning, complex mechanic for a little kid. I wouldn't start with Final Fantasy. Fuck your ass. I mean, you don't know that. You never know. You never know. Because despite me hating RTS and the game being extremely hard, right? I still played Revenant Wings, you know? So I would expose them to a bunch of games, slowly but surely, right? I would expose them to, you know, these types of games so that they can just develop the sense of like, you know, okay, so this game does that, this game does this, the whole shebang and all that, right? Slowly but surely. And then over time, they would develop their own likes and dislikes, right? So maybe they don't like Nintendo DS games, but they'll like PlayStation games. Maybe they don't like you know, Game Boy games, but they like PS Vita games. Who knows, right? But that's something that's gonna happen throughout the years, right? That being said, I would also would like to play with my kids in online games, right? But the problem with that is that online games are just it's a lot better than you know, it's a lot better than the old games technically in terms of stimulation, right? So I'm not really sure because I would love to play with my kids, but yeah, anything but Roblox and Fortnite. No. Roblox and Fortnite is yeah. If maybe when Roblox was, you know, back in the day Roblox, right? Because when I played Roblox, when I first started in like, you know, 2013, like I remember the first experience I played on Roblox was like was literally this like barren land with the Roblox logo, the old Roblox logo, not the current one, the red one, and we used to be able to build stuff. And then slowly but surely, I was able to play more and more actual games on Roblox, and they were cool, man. They were really, really cool. Old school Roblox, yes, but that ain't coming back. Yeah, that ain't coming back. So unfortunately, honestly, by the time I have a kid, I'll be surprised if Roblox is still alive. Honestly, if Roblox is anything like today, because even now in 2026, Roblox is in the dumps. Chat update. The freaking, you know, making game dev, putting more barrier to entry to game devs, right? All of this. I'll be shocked to see what happens in like 10, 20 years time with Roblox, right? It's definitely not going to be good, bro. It's definitely not going to be good. So, yeah. But yeah, like, there's a bunch of ways to introduce games to your kids, right? Because I'm not always gonna be with them. I'm not always gonna be I'm not always gonna be playing with them, right? So I would like to introduce them to a bunch of games that I've played personally and games that I think are gonna be good. Like this Lego Batman series is fucking insane, by the way. This is literally gold, bro, liquid gold, and yeah, I would introduce them, and I would also like in our free time play with my kids. But also not just games, right? I would play with my kids, like, you know, play football and, you know, sports and things like that. Go outside. Because, you know, all these games, right? We also got to touch some grass, okay? We also got to touch some grass. I don't want my kid to be fucking addicted to games, right? There's got to be a balance to it, you know? So, but yeah, that's definitely one of the things I would like to do with my kid, you know?
Crash into each other, leaving them to float to the ground on their little balloons below. The next level is called In the Dark Night. Joker has met back up with Harley Quinn, and now Killer Moth is causing absolute chaos in Gotham.
Killer Moth? I've never heard of Killer Moth. I've never seen this guy.
It takes place on the streets of Gotham, sort of similar to the opening level of the game. A cool section of this level is towards the middle. You'll reach this nightclub building. After a bit of puzzle solving, you'll reach the second floor, where you can set up a disco party with this iconic music and robot.
Ooh.
The floor puzzle in this room is an exact copy of the puzzle that was found in the original LEGO Star Wars games. I believe it appeared in LEGO Indiana Jones as well, so kind of a cool callback to those games. You can use Robin's technology suit to control the robot, breaking the weak LEGO object wall in the background. Back outside, we maneuver our way around some acid and fire obstacles, and eventually reach the building where Killer Moth awaits. Killer Moth is basically a human bug, so of course he's attracted to light. We can use Batman and Robin's abilities to power up this giant light bulb, making Killer Moth open to attack. Keep doing this to take out all 6 of his hearts, and that'll take care of him. I love the cutscene at the end.
Yeah, I like it. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Where Robin just pulls out some bug spray on him. Pretty good joke there. This leads us to Batman and Robin's final confrontation with Joker and Harley Quinn in the level to the top of the tower. Joker and Harley have taken over a church cathedral where they have bombs planted. This level begins outside of the cathedral where there's a brief Harley Quinn boss fight. You need to use some water turrets to attack her until all 3 of her hearts are depleted. Once you get inside the church, there's some henchmen you gotta fight and some unique platforming as you slowly climb up the tower. Once you get to the top, we have our final showdown with the Joker and Harley Quinn. Both of them will be hiding in the church's bells, so we need to bang on both bells.
Okay, that's just
After that,
silly.
Joker will call in his helicopter, which completely blows up the side of the building. Luckily, we can use some more of these water turrets to take down all 5 hearts of the Joker's helicopter. Now that the helicopter is gone, though, we can finally fight
freaking water does more damage than bullets? Okay, that's okay.
Joker. He has a whopping 11 hearts of health. No idea why they couldn't give him 10, but TT Games went with 11. But anyways, you can basically button mash the attack button on him. Occasionally, he will use his electric handshake, requiring you to switch characters to attack him.
Okay,
now,
that's
in the ending cutscene, Batman will look as if he's been defeated, but he's able to use the bats hanging on the ceiling to disorient Joker and Harley, defeating them, at least for now anyways. After the results screen, the game ending cutscene has this iconic shot of the Batwing against the moon, and it shows Batman and Robin watching diligently over the city, now that all the supervillains are back behind bars. So that's it for LEGO Batman the video game. Or is it? So after the credits roll, as usual, you'll be back in the Batcave. Now earlier, you may have noticed this lever. Pulling it will transport you to Arkham Asylum, the second hub world of this game.
Ooh, is this the hidden levels? Arkham Asylum?
Yes, we have 2 hubs in LEGO Batman the video game. In Arkham Asylum, we get to play as the Riddler and Clayface. There's loads of jail cells and criminals.
What? You get to play as the villain?
Walking around. If we head towards the right, we'll reach the
So what's the point of playing Lego Batman 4 then? What the hell? Bro, Lego Batman 1 has everything.
experiment room. This is where you can create your own character, just like in the prior LEGO games, so they didn't forget about that here in LEGO Batman. You can create unique characters using any of the
What?
characters.
There's a character customizer. Bro, this game has everything. This game has everything. Oh my god. This game literally has everything, bruv. Why would you ever play number 4 then? This is ridiculous. And let me guess, this game also has co-op. You can play with friends. Oh my god. That would generally be the cherry on top at this point.
Unlocked so far. And speaking of unlocking characters, the essential computer in Arkham Asylum allows you to hack into Batman's back computer, where you can purchase characters, extras, and everything else, just like you can from the Batcave. Always like that little hacking explanation as to how the villains can use the game's store. But anyways, there's also the villain trophy room in Arkham Asylum, where you can view completed minikit builds for any collected minikits in the villain levels. The 15 levels that we played as Batman and Robin, in my opinion, were definitely enough for a full-fledged LEGO Batman experience.
True.
But TT Games went above and beyond in this game and added 15 more levels. This time you're playing
15 more levels, bruv. And you play as the villains. Oh my god, this is just ridiculous. I never played alone. Yeah, I can imagine. This game is like, oh my god, this game is the definition of a complete package. Oh my god, this game is ridiculous.
Playing the same story, the same 3 episodes, but from the villain's perspective. If you walk towards the left, you'll arrive at the villain mission room. There's 3 vehicles, Two-Face's armored truck representing episode 1, the Riddler's Revenge, Penguin submarine,
oh yeah, episode 1. Oh.
episode 2, Howard Gray's Penguin, and the Joker's helicopter, which represents episode 3, the Joker's return.
Okay, so it's the same vehicles, but obviously in the font of the villains.
So how about we jump into Two-Face's armored truck and start checking out these villain levels. The Riddler makes a withdrawal is the first level on the villain side of things. Something cool about these villain levels is how the loading screen text is the main villain of the episode, in this case the Riddler, speaking to that specific level's villain. So in this case, it's Clayface. Another cool thing about the villain side is how you're pretty much playing as a new character in every level. With the hero levels, you're just Batman and Robin the whole way through, which is fun and all. They have their unique suit abilities and everything, but having a fresh character each time is awesome. So our job in this one is to rob a bank to get a key, and we get to play as the Riddler and Clayface. These levels are essentially prequels to the hero versions of these levels. So we start out in a parking garage, and we slowly make our way to the bank where Clayface is ultimately defeated by Batman and Robin. The Riddler has the ability to mind control weak-minded NPCs throughout the levels.
That's
the NPC will be in an unreachable area, so you need to mind control them to pull a lever, stand on a switch, stuff like that. Clayface, on the other hand, is a super strength character, which is a new ability introduced in this LEGO game. Super strength characters can pull on orange handles, throw or move objects out of the way, like this truck. Clayface is also a high jumping character, which is kind of odd. The super strength.
That's okay. Okay. I mean, you could have made it so that he like builds clay under him, but all right.
I don't think makes sense for his character, but jumping high, no idea where that came from. But anyways, once you complete the level Clayface.
There's a few silly little quirks with this game, like the freaking water gun doing more damage than bullets. Fucking Harley and Joker hiding in the bells, like that's weird.
Hands the key to Riddler, but Clayface gets distracted by all the money, allowing Riddler to escape, and leaving Clayface to be stopped by Batman and Robin. The next thing the Riddler needs for his plan is a freeze ray, so obviously we need to play as Mr. Freeze in the next level on the rocks. The goal is to steal a freeze ray from an ice cream factory because they totally have experimental freeze guns.
Now you see how cool this game is. Try watching the retrospective of LEGO Batman 2. It takes everything to the next level. Honestly, I'm not sure if I want to watch the retrospective of Batman 2. I might just play it, honestly, at this point. Because I wasn't sure, because I was planning on playing LEGO Batman 2, right? But I wasn't sure about LEGO Batman 1 based on the reviews. But after seeing this retrospective, I'm just thinking, I think out of respect, I should just play LEGO Batman 2. And then once the 5th installment comes out, I'll play that as well. Because this is just ridiculous. Oh my god. The fact that they go even further beyond with LEGO Batman 2, that's not a video that I can watch and comprehend. This in itself already is like insane.
Hang around. As you'd expect, Mr. Freeze has the ability to freeze enemies with his freeze gun. His mechanical suit gives him the super strength ability as well, so objects with orange handles won't be a problem. This level has quite a bit of puzzle solving too. I like this part towards the middle of the level where you
that's
use Mr. Freeze's freeze gun to freeze up this red ice cream. I guess that's what that is, to get across this gap. The last area is the same area where we have the boss fight with Mr. Freeze in the hero version of the level. Anyways, we get the freeze ray and
just watch the 2 for a bit. You will be mind blown. Oh my god.
Mr. Freeze stays behind as he unfreezes these hooded henchwomen. Seriously, who are these people and why were they just frozen in an ice cream factory? I have no idea. Alright, let's move on to the next level, which is called Green Fingers, where Riddler teams up with Poison Ivy to rob the botanical gardens of some plants which Riddler needs for his plan. I like the opening cutscene here where they're trying to silently sneak past Commissioner Gordon, but Riddler steps on a flower, causing Poison Ivy to scream at him in rage, completely blowing their cover. So Poison Ivy...
Okay, that's funny. That's funny. That makes sense.
Has the ability to walk through acid or green gases, which comes in handy. She can also cause plants to grow in specific situations like this one. Lastly, she is a high jumper too, so she's probably one of the best characters in the game, to be honest. The final area of this level can be a little annoying due to the constant police officer enemies coming down as you're trying to puzzle solve, but after you battle your way through, the Riddler gets the plant seeds he needs, and Ivy stays behind to get stopped by Batman and Robin later. Level number 4 is pretty interesting because it's pretty much 100% original content in terms of level design. There isn't really a hero equivalent for this one because you see, for whatever reason, the villain version of episode 1, The Riddler's Revenge, does not have a vehicle level. It's the only episode that doesn't, so instead we get this original content in a level which is called an enterprising theft. The Riddler still needs a laser gun, so he teams up with Two-Face to rob Wayne Enterprises labs. As a character, Two-Face is basically a worse version of Poison Ivy since Two-Face can only walk through acid, but he can't, interact with plants or high jump like Poison Ivy can.
That makes no sense. How the hell can Two-Face just walk through acid? Poison Ivy makes sense. What the fuck does he do?
But after getting through all of Bruce Wayne's security, the last area has a robot to destroy the shield generator on a laser gun. Once that's down, Two-Face grabs it, giving Riddler everything he needs for his master plan of robbing Gotham City's gold. Alright, so this brings us to the final Riddler level called Breaking of Blocks. Once again, we get to play as Two-Face and the Riddler as they execute the master plan. The opening area has us building some sort of mind control machine that Riddler sits in to control a nearby helicopter. We can then use this helicopter to destroy the silver-like object front door, giving us an entrance into the gold reserves building. Throughout this level, there will be a bunch of SWAT trooper enemies trying to slow your progress. There's a lot of laser traps, so it's sort of similar to Wayne Enterprises security in the previous level. This one also likes to throw in random areas that have acid. It really makes no sense to have, in a Gotham gold reserves building. They needed to give Two-Face something to do, I guess. Eventually, you'll reach the vault where we build another robot to break into it. So Riddler's plan is a success. Or is it? I guess the story here is that once they break in, they don't actually steal any of the gold. Instead, they just kind of sit inside the vault and wait for Batman and Robin to stop them. Yeah, so villains just aren't the brightest. But that wraps up the villain side of episode 1, The Riddler's Revenge. Back at Arkham Asylum, we can jump into the Penguin submarine to begin the super villain side of episode 2, Power-Crazed Penguin. Up first is a level called Rock in the Docks. So in the story here, the Penguin has recruited Catwoman, Killer Croc, Bane, and Man-Bat to help him in his plan to build some sort of a satellite device which will control robot penguins across the city. It's a very good plan, I know. But in this first level,
it's a
we play as
robot
Bane and Penguin at the docks. As you'd expect, Bane is a super strength character who can pull orange handles. He can also walk through
I am surprised that Bane wasn't in the original 15 levels. That's weird.
Acid or gas. And my favorite part of this level is this cool section that really shows off Bane's strength. There's this large boat with an orange handle on the side, and Bane just pulls the entire thing towards the camera. I'm not sure if I've ever seen anything quite like that in a LEGO game before, where you're kind of interacting with an object that large. Let's talk about Penguin. So Penguin can glide with his umbrella, similar to Batman's glide suit. He can also destroy silver LEGO objects with his explosive penguins, which come in handy on multiple occasions. In the end, Penguin is able to secure the satellite dish that he needed, while Bane gets captured by the police. I like the cutscene, which reveals that Bane's body is so heavy that a LEGO police car can barely pull his body along. Okay, moving on. The next level has Penguin trying to steal a diamond from a museum. When diamonds are involved, we know Catwoman's going to be involved too. So this level is called
He
Stealing
was.
the Show.
I remember
Catwoman is a
fighting
very
him as
agile character, so she
Batman.
has the high jump
Really?
ability. She can also use these heart doors, where she seduces guards into letting her pass certain gates.
Maybe
Midway
I
through,
just
this level has a mini
completely
boss fight
forgot,
against a
mate.
police
Wow.
helicopter.
I
Conveniently,
must
they
have
explore
really
fans on the
bad memory
rooftop,
or
which you
something.
can use
'Cause
to
I
blow
don't
the helicopter's
remember
explosives
him
right back at it.
being
Later on,
in
you get inside the
15
museum, you do get
levels.
control of
That's
this
so
dinosaur skeleton, which is pretty fun. And then the last section has you using Penguin's explosive penguins to destroy the security
you would
protecting
think
the diamond.
Bane out
Overall, I
of
think this is a
all
pretty
the
unique and
bosses
varied level,
would
and
be,
probably one of the better
like,
ones in the game, in my opinion.
pretty
Unfortunately for
hard.
Penguin, Catwoman escapes with the diamond, with Batman not far behind. Now, back on the docks, Penguin meets up with Killer Croc, who's on his Swamp Rider jet ski. Harboring a Grudge is the name of this next level, and it's the first vehicle level
nice.
in the villain story. It's all about Penguin and Killer Croc escaping from the police. Penguin's submarine has the ability to pick up purple torpedoes, which can destroy silver LEGO objects like this rocket launcher turret. It can also go underwater, allowing you to pass under gates and other
Whoa,
obstacles. Killer
that's
Croc's Swamp Rider
sick,
can travel
that's
through acid
sick.
because for some reason Gotham City just has random acid in its water supply, I guess.
No,
The
but that
level ends
makes
with a boss
sense,
fight against
'cause,
the
you know.
police watercraft. This thing has 4 hearts of health. You'll need to use both Penguin and Killer Croc's abilities to defeat it. Once the police are taken care of, Penguin's next goal is to rescue Catwoman from jail, since you know Batman defeated her during the hero story mission, and Catwoman has that diamond which Penguin never got. The 4th Penguin level is called a daring rescue. Penguin and Killer Croc stick together to save Catwoman by coming through the sewers. Killer Croc plays pretty much exactly like Bane in that he can walk in acid and has super strength. However, he is a bit better than Bane since he also has the ability to walk underwater, much like Robin when he's wearing his water suit. I like
Okay.
Killer Croc as a playable character in this one, but I do kind of wish Mandat was playable in the main story here. His character just kind of gets pushed aside in the story here, and he's only playable in free play mode. But anyway, this level is pretty fun. There's a section in the middle where you build a Lego
That's
alligator,
sad.
or maybe it's a crocodile, and you just absolutely ply your way through the sewers. You slowly move
That's
above ground
fun.
into the jail where Catwoman is being held, then rescue her. Penguin gets his diamond, and now he has everything he needs for his machine. Penguin teams up with Catwoman once again in the final episode 2 level, which is called Arctic World. Penguin decides to set up his machine in this Arctic section of the Gotham Zoo. The opening section of this level takes place outside, where you need to construct a bulldozer to destroy some nearby ice obstacles. Once inside, there's this dreaded slide sequence. It's only dreaded because TT Games decided to place a minikit on the slide, which is very easily missable, requiring you to replay the entire level to make another attempt.
Oh
Anyway, moving
my
past that, the
God,
slide leads
that's
to the area of the
annoying.
machine, the same area where we had the boss fight against Penguin on the hero storyline. You have to do a bit of puzzle solving to get Penguin's machine up and running. Once you do, the level ends and Penguin's plan is complete. But it's not going to last too long, as Batman and Robin are not far behind. So that covers episode 2, Power Crazed Penguin's villain side. The only story we have left in the villain side of things is episode 3, The Joker's Revenge. So let's hop in Joker's helicopter and finish this. The first level here is called a surprise for the commissioner. So Joker's grand plan is to unleash his green laughing gas all across Gotham City. Not the most original story there, but I'll take it. In this first level, we play as the Joker and Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn has the high jumping ability. She has a pistol as well, which I think is kind of unique. I don't see Harley Quinn with
Fair,
pistols too often in
fair.
different Batman media.
Makes
The Joker
sense.
has the ability to walk through acid or
She
insert
got the
gas toxin.
9,
He also
fair
has a
enough.
handshake, which is used to power up special generators throughout the game, and it can be used in combat too. This first level is based in the amusement mile theme park and opens up with a cool co-op puzzle where one character's on a top path.
Oh,
and
this is kinda like a Fireboy Water
I imagine
Go.
this section is
I like
pretty fun when
this.
working together in 2-player co-op. Later on, there's this unique section where you do a bit of platforming to get across the roller coaster tracks, which is in the background. The final section of this level has a boss fight against Commissioner Gordon, who has 9 hearts of health. There's a crane in this boss arena which you can use to pick up explosive
the
teddy bears
fuck?
and drop them on the police vehicles that are assisting Gordon. In the end, Gordon gets captured, which of course leads into the hero version of this level where Batman needs to rescue him. But anyway, Joker escapes in his helicopter while teaming up with Scarecrow, who flies his biplane in a level appropriately titled Biplane Blast. This is the second and last vehicle level in the villain storyline. The Joker's helicopter has a tow cable which is used to drag around hover mines, which can destroy these silver LEGO objects. Scarecrow's biplane, however, can pick up.
I will say, the amount of programming the devs did in 2008, bro, they must have been freaking wizards. Cause good lord, man, wow, this game is just like so well, like oh my god, it's just so well developed.
Torpedoes, which are used to destroy various things.
I'm sure it has
rocket
its
launcher
own
turrets.
like
He's also able
bugs
to
and
travel through
quirks,
green gases
right?
on the rare occasion that those show up in survival mode.
As
The level
shown
ends with a
from
boss fight
like the
against a
Steam
police battle
reviews, but
helicopter.
my
You can defeat it by getting
god,
it 2 nearby rocket launcher turrets to shoot at it. This requires you to drag a couple hover mines over
this
the
is
turrets. They'll both fire at the police
ridiculous.
helicopter,
All
taking
in
out 2 extra
freaking
hearts. Then the last
C.
4 hearts can simply be taken out by spamming your standard
C
bullet
or
attack. Now,
C++?
despite taking out the police helicopter, Joker and Scarecrow ultimately crash due
Is
to
it
Batman
called
showing up during the
C++?
hero's side of the story. They end up crashing inside a museum, leading to the next level, the Joker's masterpiece. Here we get to play as Scarecrow on foot. Scarecrow is similar to the Riddler in that he can
That's
use these
just
question mark
insane,
doors, where he
honestly,
uses
like,
spear gas to
what
manipulate
the
guards to open
fuck?
doors for you. This is probably one of my favorite levels since you can cause absolute chaos at this museum.
You know what? I will say this, right? If you are like an inspiring dev and you wanted to know how to make like C++, plain C, what the fuck? C programming language. What the fuck? Oh my god, 1970s. C versus C++. What's the difference? I'm so wow. But distinct languages, C. So C is obviously the origin, fair. Procedural. Yeah, this is old jargon to me, I'll be completely honest with you. As used by the practitioner, and you won't really know one by learning the others, even if some. Oh no, I was trying to. Essentially the same language. Okay. Oh, so okay. Even though they derive from like the same foundation, it is. They're still different. That's interesting. Mother of all languages like Java, C++, Python, all these come from C. Interesting. So that's what they all had. So that's what they had back in the day, right? Interesting. But object oriented, no clue what that means. No clue what that means. No clue what that means. But regardless, like if you are a game dev, right, and you don't know where to start in terms of inspiration, right? Fundamentally, first of all, if you want to build a good foundation of game dev knowledge and a good filter of what is good and what is bad, just look at all the like games from the past, from the long past. Like this game, Lego Batman, the first one, Lego Batman 1 is an objectively incredible, like it's such, like it is the epitome of game dev in my opinion. It is the epitome of like of what a game should be, right? A ton of content, a ton of unique content. It's not boring. Co-op, character, like a bunch of, it just has everything, honestly. I feel like this is the epitome of like games in my opinion. And of course, a very, very good art style. Very, very good, unique art style. Which, you know, it's a, you know, they use the Lego art style, which is a cheat code, right? But still, it's still like, oh my god. It's incredible, right?
I also think this one has a good mix of both puzzle and combat.
I would also say like the Kingdom Hearts series, Final Fantasy series, The World Ends With You. Like a bunch of like, yeah, just like all the old games, you know? Best thing, I put in the fucking disc and played. No internet, no updates, no installing, no always online. Oh yeah, that's true. That's another bonus, right? The fact that, that's also another bonus of like sailing the high seas, right? Which is the fact that once you download it and it's on your PC, right? You don't need an internet, you don't need internet. You don't need internet, no nothing, no anything. Of course, disc is like the more physical version, right? So you don't even need like you don't even need the PC that you downloaded it on. So let's say I download everything on this PC, right? Let's say that this PC just like dies or something, or it's destroyed, right? All those games are just gone, right? All those games, those save files just gone, right? Whereas the disc, if you burn on a disc, as long as you have that disc, you'll be fine. So it's like an extra layer of like technically protection, right? So, but yeah, it's like that's also another bonus of, you know, sailing the high seas and like physical copies. As long as you have that copy, you'll be fine. As long as you have this PC, you'll be fine. You don't need an internet connection, you'll be completely fine. Yeah, that's another good one. I actually like that. That was also a benefit of whatchamacallit. That was also another benefit of consoles back then. You didn't really need an internet connection. Once you had the physical copy of the game, the disc, you could just play it all day, every day, as long as you had electricity, right? So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that's another thing that games have lost. A bunch of games nowadays, right? The weird ones are even like a single player one. There's certain single player games that you need internet connection for. Like I don't know if you remember this. There was this game called this mobile game called Soul Knight, right? This game was like the epitome. This game was one of the best mobile games when it released, right? Simple roguelike game, but it was really good. It was really, really fun. I played this game a bunch, right? When you downloaded this game, you didn't need an internet connection. But after a certain update, you needed an internet connection. At first, you needed an internet connection, and once you had the game, once you were in the game, you could just you didn't need the internet connection. But that's not the same thing, right? You still need fundamentally an internet connection, which is stupid, right? So yeah, this was another game that I absolutely loved. But then they just kept updating it. They went in the wrong direction, and ultimately it was just not the same. So yeah, and that's a single player game, by the way. Fundamentally, you can play co-op, you can play online, but yeah, it's stupid.
Combat. For example, there's a puzzle midway through where there's some green gas. Joker can walk through it just fine, but you need to find a way to air out the gas to get Scarecrow through. A similar situation happens towards the end of the level where there's a bunch of green acid, and you need to find a way to bring out a bridge for Scarecrow. Eventually, though, Scarecrow gets captured, but Joker manages to escape using some laughing gas on a police officer. Next up is the Lure of the Night. The Joker joins up with Killer Moth, and they both terrorize the streets of Gotham. Killer Moth has wings, but unfortunately he can't fly in this game. He only has the ability to glide, just like Batman's glide suit or Penguin's umbrella. This level is pretty chaotic as well. After you blow up this concrete wall, there's probably like 10 to 15 characters on screen between Joker's henchmen and police officers.
Oh my
It's probably one
god.
of the most open levels too. There's a section where you progress down a street, then enter a large
This
open
seems
playground
just
and everything.
absolute
Then the chaos picks up
chaos.
again at the end of the level as you enter a giant Joker robot and take
What
down
the
truck full of
frick?
SWAT troopers. One of the trucks holds Harley Quinn, so Joker's able to rescue her, but Killer Moth gets too distracted by Batwing's spotlight. So alright, this leads us to the final level of the entire game, Dying of Laughter. With the Joker and Harley Quinn reunited, they head to a church cathedral to execute their plan to flood the city with laughing gas. Unlike the hero version, the villains villain side of this level starts off inside the church, not outside. Of course, there are police officers everywhere in their last-ditch effort to stop the Joker. After you get past the first section in the bottom floor, the rest of the level plays very similar to the hero side, where you're doing some platforming to slowly ascend the church tower. The level is kind of a very similar landscape as well. At the top, the goal is to simply ring both bells on each side of the room, and the level ends shortly after that. No climactic final boss fight or anything, as the Joker takes control of the cathedral. But we know Batman and Robin will be triumphant in the end. So alright, that is all 30 levels of LEGO Batman the video game. There is a ton of content in this game, and throwing an entire villain storyline was definitely TT Games going above and beyond. There is, however, a little bit of content that I still want to talk about. If you're able to fill the stud bar and reach true villain status in all the villain levels, you can head to the villain trophy room in Arkham Asylum, climb the ladder in the back, and discover a secret bonus level simply called Arkham Asylum. Now, if you played the LEGO games before this one, and why wouldn't you, you'll be familiar with the 1 million stud bonus levels like LEGO City or Newtown from LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. They return this time, and although I don't care for these levels too much, I think they did improve them here. Arkham Asylum isn't just one area, but multiple areas.
It's like a sandbox?
1 million studs. So they definitely make things a bit less linear this time around. But that's not all the bonus content.
I remember calling the last level 911 for some reason.
If you head back to the Batcave and collected enough studs to reach true hero status in all 15 of the hero levels, you can take the elevator upstairs to Wayne Manor's hero trophy room. In the back left corner, a new bonus level titled Wayne Manor will be available. This is yet another 1 million stud bonus level. The main section takes place outside Wayne Manor. Surprisingly, this level has sort of a cartoony art style. At least it looks that way to me if you look closely at the textures of like the Wayne Manor building. There's another section where you go inside a computer, so there's a lot to this one as well. So those are the 2 bonus levels in this game. Back in the Batcave, there is one more little thing I'd like to mention here as we wrap things up. Both Nightwing and Batgirl are playable characters in this game, purchasable from the Bat computer. They are the only 2 characters besides Batman and Robin to be able to use the suit swapper signals. So Batgirl can switch to any of Batman's suits, and Nightwing can switch to any of Robin's suits. Batgirl and Nightwing don't appear in the story at all, but it is cool that they're included here and have all of Batman's
it's cool, bro. The fact that they did that, they added in these characters, even though they didn't have to, even after all the new secret levels, right? And that's so cool, fam. There were 2 extra levels you unlock if you got 100% in each of the 3 stories. God damn.
100% completion in this game. You can buy the Ra's al Ghul character from the Bat computer for 500,000 studs. He's the only character with the health regeneration ability, so his hearts will come back after taking damage. But with all that, this pretty much covers all the content in the game. I would consider LEGO Batman the video game to be one of the greatest LEGO games of all time. It was very refreshing to see TT Games take on Batman and a LEGO game with a completely original story, while moving away from exclusively doing Lucasfilm properties. The Batman and Robin dynamic is simply perfect for co-op LEGO gameplay.
True.
I also like how they expanded upon the combat with the grab move and the ability to aim and throw batarangs all across the screen. I love how the entire story can be played from both the hero and villain's perspective. It's neat seeing how the villains got to the point where they were in the hero levels, and using the villains' different abilities keeps the gameplay from going stale. LEGO Batman the video game is a joy to play, and I highly recommend that you do. So right, guys, that's gonna wrap up my retrospective and analysis of 2008's LEGO Batman video game. Let me know what you think about this game. Comment on any of the topics I discussed throughout this.
So you said there were 2 extra levels, 100%. LEGO Batman 100% extra levels? I don't know. I gave myself 24 hours to be 100%. Most broken levels, secret characters. Oh, this was also on the Nintendo DS. Oh wow. That's interesting. This is the 1 million stud one. We already saw this one. Without free play. All studs collected. 100% reward. Secret Batcave. Huh? Oh no, wait, this is the Legacy of the Dark Knight. Whoops. Oh, I was thinking, like, why was this only 2 days ago? That's insane. Lego Batman 2. Jesus Christ, people, oh my god, people already 100% played the game. Bro, the game just came out, bruv. God damn, one resource with 100% levels. Ah, okay, yeah, so he mentioned that. That's fine. That's fine. Bro, playing the 100% of the new game is 24 hours long. Oh my god, bruv. Holy moly. Wow. Best level from every single LEGO game. For some odd reason, I watched this one, but okay, that's interesting. Secret T-Rex. Legacy of the Dark Knight. Lego Batman speedruns. Oh, this is the first one. Oh yeah, I remember Easy Speeds. I used to watch this guy all the time, but then I just kind of stopped, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of stopped playing this game. Muck. Is Muck... I'm assuming Muck isn't getting updated, right? Then check out a bit of 2. Alright. Is it getting updated? It said 2 weeks ago. No. Must have been something else interesting. You want to play Mark? Let's crush those bone wielders together. This is just a bunch of... Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, Danny, how we miss you. Carlson, Mark, Crab Game. Unfortunate. Hopefully he comes back when he's alright. But yeah. Oh, foreigners try English. Jesus Christ, what's happening? Jesus Christ, what's happening? What the fuck? Yo, what the hell? Dark Scrolls. What is this? Did I watch?
Hello there, and I already requested it off from work. We're going to be pushing Dark Souls back just a little bit to June 22nd. How does that sound? Thanks for your patience.
Oh yeah, this is the game that I wishlisted. Yes, look. I wishlisted this game. I knew it looked familiar.
So...
Look, I wishlisted it. See? That's awesome. I can't wait until this game releases. 2 retrospective. Lego Batman 2 retrospective. But I'll only watch a little bit. Okay, that's 7 minutes long. Retrospect. It's only 22 minutes long. What? Huh? What the fuck? Okay. What was the best Lego game? Okay. It's not really retrospectives. Yeah. Why Lego Man was a perfect video game sequel? I guess this one?
New Orleans is ruled by thugs even more ruthless than LA's most violent gangs. The Crips and Bloods trying to establish themselves here. These guys killed them. Simple as that. Gone. See you later. We look at gangs like this. It's like a power move to us. But a gang, it takes 15 people to get in 2 cars and do a drive-by and kill 1 person.
Chud just got exposed today by more gay lovers. Interesting. I don't know. Does becoming gay make you into like an extremist or something? A right-wing racist extremist?
In Wild, I saw 1 person kill 15 people.
I don't know, man. The fuck? Oh.
Fans of billionaire industrialists are in for a treat tonight. As
So are you gonna explain why this game was the perfect sequel? Hello?
Yes, it's Gotham's very own playboy philanthropist versus some bald guy from the...
The sensor suit. Alright, nice.
There you go.
It's been a while since I dabbled in the arts of Lego Batman 2. The sensor suit has an invisibility feature. Press B to activate it and sneak up unseen.
Well, by the way, I got something for you. It's called a stealthy.
The Joker.
This isn't a very good explanation. Hold on. What about this one?
Hello everyone. Lego Batman 2 is one of the greatest video games of all time. The end. Okay, but why?
honestly, after seeing Lego Batman 1 retrospective, and then seeing how Lego Batman 2 was just one, but just bigger and better, I can understand why he thinks that way.
With over 20 newer Lego games, why is Lego Batman 2 still held in such a high regard? Well, the short answer...
You can play as the Flash? What?
...is that it marked a turning point for the series, and it never went back. But that alone isn't enough to say why it was so good, so we've got to...
That's true. The statement, it doesn't go back, he says that in a bad way, because from what I'm seeing, 3 and 4 were not as good as 2 and 1. They were still good, but they were not as good. And what I'm assuming happened is that the people who made 1 and 2 were not the same people, was not the same exact team who made 3 and 4. But the people who made 5, like Legacy of the Dark Knight, seems to be like, you know, a really, really good team.
Dig a little deeper to truly...
Because everyone is saying that the new Lego Batman game is... It's overwhelmingly positive on Steam.
Even in 2025, I find myself enjoying this game more than others, and I realized it's still so goated. So I started to dive into why, and I discovered 3 main components to what makes this game so special.
I can't believe you can play as a Flash.
Just the 3 integral parts of this experience comes down to simplicity, experimentation, and the payoff.
The Steam team made 3, it was just underwhelming. Still a good game, though. It couldn't be the same exact team, right? It couldn't be. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe it was the same exact team, but they just fumbled it. It could be true that they just fumbled it, you know?
And throughout this video, you'll see patterns of these themes that, when comes together, creates this everlasting...
Like, you know, you know how it is. From what I've seen, right? 1, 2 of a series is really, really good. 1, it was good. 2 was a direct upgrade. And 3 was a bit not that good, right? So, for the same principle, it happened to the Neo series. Neo 1 was pretty good. But Neo 2 was absolutely revolutionary, right? Especially for Souls-like combat. And it was a direct upgrade to 1, but it was just an incredible game overall, right? But Neo 3, even though it improved on the combat, everything else was just a bit of a either downgrade or it was just a bit of a step back. So I think that's what happened with the Lego series, right? They tried something different and it didn't work, which is fair enough, right? Fair enough.
Sense of timeless fun, and they cannot work without one another. And before you think about clicking off this video, it's worth mentioning this game was so good.
Oh my god, this game still has character creation. One of the things I hate is that with sequels, sometimes for some odd reason, they'll just get rid of content that the first game had. So it's like, they'll have less content than the prequel, and it's just, that's so weird. Why?
But Warner Bros. Made an entire full movie of the game's events, using the cutscenes from the game, and adapted gameplay from the levels into new movie scenes. You can watch it anywhere online, it's pretty fun, so it's worth sticking around to find out why this game is so good. But now it's time to dive into LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes. Let's start with the largest experiment this game brings to the series, the open world.
Oh my god, you get this game looks ridiculous. This game looks ridiculous. Oh my god.
LEGO Batman 2 is a generational game that marks the advancement of the entire LEGO series, and it changed forever since its release. Being a sequel to the popular LEGO Batman, the video game, the scope of the sequel far meets the already large expectations. This was the very first fully open-world LEGO game.
The fact that this is a LEGO Batman game, but you can play as every other character, such as Superman, The Flash, Poison Ivy. Oh my god.
And is one of the two huge examples of the experimental direction this series was heading towards, and we'll discuss the second one later. The city of Gotham is depicted really well in its open world. We see snippets of the world.
The fact that you can fly around Gotham and Superman made this 10 times better. Oh, by far. 100%, right? 100% easily. Like, yeah, you can, you know, go in your vehicle and stuff, but once you unlock flying, it's like, it's a completely different game. Exploration in games back in the day, well, you do everything to explore every nook and cranny of the game that you played
throughout the story, but when we unlock free roam and gain access to the entire city of Gotham, we really get introduced to the scope of the game, including all 3 of its islands that feature iconic locations like Wayne Manor, Wayne Enterprises, Arkham Asylum, and
huge.
Across these islands are lost collectibles.
This shit was the fucking GTA of Legos, bruv. This is when open world made a game better, not worse like today's sequels. Speaking of sequels, Neo 3, ironically, Neo 3 went open world, and from what I'm seeing, the first half of the game was good, but then the second half of the open world game was just not that good, so yeah. Too much quantity, not enough quality. Pokemon open world was bad. I mean, to be fair, a bunch of Pokemon games in recent times are a bit hit and miss. They're not the greatest, I will say.
The map slowly opens wider and wider, showing us more content as we scan the area, finding all to do. As we discover more of Gotham, we begin to notice how grand and spectacular this map really is. It is a genuinely large-scale map, especially for a LEGO game, and is absolutely filled to the brim with extra content. A couple of them being 250 gold bricks obtained through saving civilians, solving puzzles, and extras throughout the story. Over 50 iconic characters from the DC universe, like the Justice League, and even some obscure characters like Mad Hatter or Rush or Ra's al Ghul. In the Batcave, we have 3 choices to spawn a car, boat, or plane. Across Gotham are lots of vehicles to unlock and expand our collection, but the most iconic would be the villains on the loose from Arkham Asylum, and we have to defeat each of them in a boss fight to unlock them as a playable character. This extra post-game content is a new direction for LEGO games, but its simplicity gives you a sense of familiarity. The requirements of these extras are very simple concepts to understand. In the past LEGO games, before LEGO Batman 2, the games usually included a small hub area to explore, but the replayability came from the extra collectibles when replaying the story. In LEGO Batman 2, this remains, creating a sense of familiarity with older players, but an ease of understanding for newcomers alike. But this concept is largely expanded and experimented into the open world, with heaps more to discover. The best way I could possibly think to summarize this concept is the intention or direction of the open world is experimental, expanding the methods that have worked for a long time to create a grander scope. But the execution is simplistic by design, keeping the methods familiar and simple. And when put together, the payoff is fun. Obtaining all collectibles, all characters, and defeating villains roaming across Gotham is rewarding, especially to discover what abilities they might have. The payoff here is gaining 100% progress, saving Gotham like a real superhero. There's also a secret bonus level after collecting 175 gold bricks inside.
Oh my god, they even added in the fucking secret 1 million stud levels.
Gotham Park. You build this gate into the secret mini Gotham City. The goal is to destroy everything and obtain 1 million studs, but multipliers are banned. It's a purely fun secret bonus level. The sheer amount of bonus content can only be fun if the core gameplay is fun, and well, it is, with just a few exceptions. The fighting is exactly what you expect from a LEGO game. Simplistic and intuitive. The character's abilities expand this a little further, making variety like Flash's running or building, Superman's laser eyes and frost breath, Batman and Robin's many suits, Lex Luthor's kryptonite gun, and so many more across the entire game. The driving mechanics are smooth and help you feel grounded to the world. When you can fly or run at super speeds, sometimes it's nice to just go slow and drive a car. The exception I mentioned is mostly about the flying mechanics.
Holy
they are insanely
frick,
difficult
is that a
polish.
fucking...
It's a rare example of something that was poorly executed.
That shit's straight out of Star Wars.
In this game, the flying is primitive, and you can tell that it wasn't fully fleshed out. This was majorly improved upon in the next title, LEGO Marvel Superheroes, which is also such an incredible game. So this flaw was a lesson that was learned from, but still frustrating to navigate around buildings and so close to the ground. But finally, in traditional LEGO fashion, the red bricks is the driving force of the replayability. All the content is there, but the red bricks give you more incentive. Red bricks are essentially cheat codes, but you find them hidden across the game, usually for stud multipliers, but some can also grant invincibility, add disguises, even throw your friends, and so many more. It changes the gameplay and the experience entirely, making it so different to your first playthrough. Now, we've already discussed a lot of the fun bonus content and gameplay, but a large portion of what is fun in these LEGO games, despite the fact they're LEGO and they're awesome, is its light-hearted, affectionate comedy, being a parody of its source material. In previous titles, for example, like LEGO Star Wars, LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean, or even LEGO Batman 1, the comedic personality was executed really well despite no voice acting, and LEGO Batman 2 had to hold up that expectation and standard whilst attempting it in an entirely new manner. This comedy is portrayed through many characters in the story, most notably the Joker, but even at certain moments, the characters' personalities would show and create humor just by being.
You could go around Gotham, and when you did a quest and put a bad guy in jail, you unlocked him as a playable character. So that's a double whammy, actually. You continue the story, you progress the story, but you also have the option to unlock him as a character once you have enough currency.
Kryptonite. We gotta call Superman. Not going to call Superman.
or in this one with the Joker, even though he doesn't say a word.
Computer, do you know who I am?
Lex Luthor, presidential candidate, owner and founder of LexCorp Industries.
Very good. Now, I'd like...
A corporation that serves as a cover for a variety of Luthor's criminal operations.
Jesus Christ, how many pies does this guy have, bruv?
The contrasting personalities are executed greatly, accurately portraying the characters we know from the comics/movies, whilst also having its own separate identity, being just a parody. Those who know these characters before playing the game can appreciate the resemblances and laugh at its parody, but those newcomers first being introduced to characters through this game receive a great adaptation, faithful enough to the source material. I think the most important and creative method for adding gaps of comedy is through the way the story is narrated. The context for each level is portrayed through a news report, introducing us to what's ahead. I think this is a really smart way to let slip in some comedy and a great structure to support these levels. Take a look at a few of these comedic moments spread across the game.
Of course, the best was building your own character and appearing at serious cutscenes with boxes.
Won't be the same.
You need a hand?
No. We've got
Now I'm good. That's it.
in the streets, thugs in the park, and poison ivy in the botanic gardens. Even Killer Moth, who's apparently tearing up the power station. Killer Moth? For real?
Strange Man of the Year award. This is my award. Clearly me.
Oh, you just stuck that on there.
Kryptonite. I'm gonna call Superman. Not going to call Superman.
Yeah, look, you're on TV.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's all so visible from space, you idiot. How much time do we have before those lights go off?
Oh, like 5 minutes. Maybe that was 5 seconds. Run! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you get your watch back? Or did a bus from Metropolis get lost and break down?
First, I don't take the bus.
I'm not a peasant, I don't take the
And finally,
bus.
what I consider to be the most important part of the game is its story. I noticed the story in LEGO Batman 2 also follows the very same structure as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. It's noticeably split into 3 separate acts that feature those distinct themes of simplicity, experimentation, and finally, the fun payoff. I see the first third of the game is spent on becoming attached to the anchors of the story in the build-up phase, being Batman, Robin, and Joker, then soon after Lex Luthor and Superman. It's the simplistic introduction to these characters that's executed so well and leads the devs into a safe sense of security to allow creative freedom when implementing the experimental phase of the story that follows. Here's a quick rundown so you can see what I'm talking about and prove I'm not just waffling random nonsense. In the beginning, Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor are nominated for Man of the Year award. Bruce Wayne is the winner, and as he goes to accept his trophy, the Joker appears on screen terrorizing the people of Gotham whilst making his grand entrance. He orders his goons to rob all the people inside the building. The only ones that could possibly stop him is Batman and his trusted sidekick Robin. To save the day, Batman and Robin use a number of special gadget suits at their disposal to solve puzzles and defeat the villains sent by Joker, who makes his escape by boat, but Batman commits and chases him down, forcing Joker to crash into the amusement park. They face off again once more, and Joker tries to destroy the Batwing, but fails in his attempts whilst wondering about Batman's unbreakable toys, and he gets arrested. He gets taken to Arkham Asylum, where he begins to hear voices. The voices make promises to him to get vengeance on Batman. He questions whether it's just a crazy voice in his head, but is stunned to see Lex Luthor break open his cell and break him out using a weapon called the Deconstructor, which has the power to deconstruct powerful black objects, much like Batman's toys. Lex promises to give Joker the Deconstructor if he can create a laughing gas that can hypnotize the public into voting for him in his presidential campaign. But the Deconstructor is powered by the rare substance, kryptonite. So Lex and Joker fly away as Joker frees other villains from the asylum. Commissioner Gordon calls for Batman and Robin to round up the villains that broke free from the asylum. In the asylum's courtyard roaming free are Penguin, Two-Face, Harley Quinn, the Riddler, Catwoman, Bane, and Poison Ivy, as well as Scarecrow, who the dynamic duo defeat in a boss fight inside the asylum before realizing the Joker has escaped. The Joker breaks into Ace Chemicals to create a synthetic kryptonite-like substance to power the Deconstructor. Batman and Robin respond to the break-in and find the Joker creating a mixture of chemical reactions to blow the fact.
This all just like links. This just links all the characters together, fam. This is the first Lego game to have voice acting. Wait, the first game didn't have voice acting? Am I crazy? The first game have voice acting? I don't remember. Was it just words? It didn't? Oh my god, oh. Wow. I was just so stunned by the amount of content it had. I didn't even notice it didn't have voice acting. Oh my god. Wow.
Factory into flames, and
fair play.
Superman,
the first Lego game. Not even the first Lego Star Wars or the Indiana Jones, first Lego game to have voice acting. To be fair, this was a stacked game, so they really went above and beyond, right? They really wanted to go 100%. They had all the characters, they had the art style, so they were like, you know what, let's add in the voice acting, fuck it. Which really made the comedy in this game a lot better as well, but yeah.
With a lot of platforming puzzles, it features a final look into the various suits of Batman and Robin. But most
was he just stroking Superman? Fitted the game not having voice acting, it was more comic-y.
The superhuman abilities of Superman. Now, I like to call this next section of the game the experimental phase. I call it this because it's where the missions begin to experiment with its mechanics and structure, making the game feel fresh with unique levels. This part of the game is largely what creates its identity. They don't play it safe with familiar levels like so far. They switch up the recipe, offering new gameplay and aren't afraid to branch out. And this creative direction perfectly builds tension, so the payoff can be executed correctly. Here, you begin to feel like a superhero. The story continues with Batman tracking the synthetic kryptonite with a system on his Batmobile. He discovers Joker and Lex are on the move and heads to their mobile juggernaut. This level is the first example of experimentation. It's got a unique setting where its entirety is set on board a moving bus. Fighting goons and solving puzzles allows the dynamic duo to confront Lex and Joker. Unfortunately, Joker's Deconstructor proves too strong and destroys the Batmobile,
English back then, so
they managed
true,
to use the synthetic kryptonite to the Batcave to study it further. Little to their knowledge, inside was a tracking device, and they led Joker and Lex to the Batcave. The two demolished the Batcave in order to retrieve Batman's supply of real kryptonite, which was their plan all along. As the dynamic duo try to escape, they are again saved by Superman, and Batman reluctantly agrees to allow Superman's help in apprehending the two villains. This mission is a special moment in the story. The secret Batcave, the center of this entire game, is destroyed, and the level's entire structure is based around escaping the havoc caused by these villains. As Robin tries to recover any tech remaining in the Batcave, Batman and Superman decide to apprehend the villains by following their large aircraft. This is another great example of the experimental creativity. This mission begins by Batman and Superman flying towards the aircraft.
They really did go full experimental, my god.
It feels very cinematic to fly around this huge aircraft and destroy small parts of its systems and defenses from the outside, only to then infiltrate the aircraft, break through more systems inside to confront Joker and Lex. But this was a wasted effort, as Batman falls into Joker's trap and drops from the aircraft, forcing Superman to save him. The two now decide to follow the aircraft to Metropolis to infiltrate LexCorp. In this level, Superman and Batman fight robot
Giant
receptionists and force their way
Joker
through
robot
LexCorp,
was
only to find
cool.
puzzles and kryptonite traps that render Superman useless.
Bro, this
Giving
whole
us our very first
freaking
experience where we
game
cannot rely
just
on
seems
Superman
sick,
anymore. Batman must be the one to
honestly.
step up to help him. This is another long mission that ends in a boss fight with a LexCorp
The
prototype robot,
concept, the
while Superman controls another
execution,
robot.
just everything
As
about
the
it
coast
is
is clear, Batman and Superman stumble across a
incredible,
gigantic
honestly.
Joker robot, and Superman is brought to his knees, being exposed to kryptonite. The villains reveal they're heading to Gotham City to release Joker's laughing gas, and Batman is crushed by a large crate. The two expected a dastardly trap from the villains and survived due to switching suits before entering the room and faking each other's identities.
Okay,
And now
that's
we enter
fine.
what I
Okay,
refer to as
hey,
the
you know that's funny. That can only work because it's the Lego. It's in the Lego universe. That's hilarious. That's funny. In the same universe where people can get decapitated, and as long as you put it back on the body, you'll be fine. That can only happen in the Lego universe.
Entering the final act where Joker gets his own Lego Megazord, and it takes the remainder of the game to bring him and Lex down, which really puts into perspective the villain's power and importance. Each level is a different stage of his grand fight. These three parts of the story are seamlessly connected together. The experimental missions don't suddenly stop whilst entering the final arc. It continues the trend, but focuses its direction entirely on the Joker mech fights. Straight away, the next mission reintroduces the awesome Sky Chase missions from earlier, this time chasing Joker's new
Holy
Gundam mech
moly.
and disabling it by destroying its engines and flying equipment, forcing an emergency crash down into Gotham. But Superman was also exposed to kryptonite, forcing him to also crash down. The two head towards City Hall to find Luthor using Joker's laughing gas on the public. To stop them, the Joker punches the two into the subway, and they try to damage the robot from underground, causing them to flee, whilst the heroes hop onto a train to escape. They follow the villains back to City Hall where Luthor is giving his presidential speech, and Joker poisons them all with laughing gas. This portion of the boss fight is held during the presidential campaign with news reporters watching firsthand. The heroes jump onto the robot's arm, and Superman
Oh my
damages the
god,
robot
okay.
to
I
stop
think
the
this is like whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, this is what's it called? Spoiler alert type shit. So I think I'll just save it for when I'm playing the game. God damn, bro. Whoo, fam. So what's it called? He mentioned TTT games, right? Lego Harry Potter, Quidditch Champions, Mortal Kombat 1, Hogwarts Legacy, Gotham Knights. Yeah, they definitely made a lot of whatchamacallit. The Lego Movie video game, Incredibles. Yeah, they made a ton of games actually. Oh man, I will say my favorite Lego series had to be Lego Ninjago. Oh my god. Lego Ninjago was sick, bro. Holy moly. Lego Ninjago was incredible, man. I love that shit. Oh, for some reason I have this game on my Steam library. Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. I must have gotten this for free. Because you best believe I did not buy that shit, bro. How much is this? 16 quid? Yeah, I don't got that. I don't run it. I don't run it. Year 5 to 7. Fear. Jesus, this freaking game company made a ton of games. Good lord, man. Whoa. Holy moly. Wow. Actually insane, man. Watchman, the end is nigh. But yeah, oh my god, fam. Wow. So many good games out there. And you know what, Spires? This was released in 2012, man. Like, come on. It was released in 2012. And nothing comes close to this. No one thought to themselves, you know what? Let me play this game. Let me watch this game. Let me analyze this game. And let me try to replicate it to the best of my abilities in terms of quality. Not copy it 1-to-1, right? But like, get some good, copy the fundamentals of what made this game great. And copy it on and make another game. No one else did this before. No one else did this in modern days. To be fair, you can't copy perfection. You can't copy it, but you can definitely learn from it. And it seems like nobody has learned from this, from what I'm seeing, right? Which is crazy. It's crazy to think 2012, 14 years later, no one else has been able to replicate it. Besides, ironically, the same guys. The same guy. The only people who were able to replicate it were the same guys. TTT Games. TT Games. What does TT Games stand for? British Holding Company. Okay, whatever. Anyway, as I was saying, right? It's crazy. I'm assuming this is open. Yeah, it's an open world Gotham City. So this is basically a love letter to Lego Batman 2. Which is why it came out with overwhelmingly positive reviews. You should know that it doesn't really have levels as such, no unlockable secrets, although classic progress of collecting a certain amount of money, also missing the option to replay levels in free mode. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, it's weird. Like it's weird, don't you think? Because we've gotten so many open world games throughout the years, right? But none of those open world games bothered like getting inspiration from like the greats, right? It's weird. This is co-op, right? That's a good question. Co-op. I'm not getting here. Let me see. Fluid combos, grapple glide. Are you ready to build? Okay, it doesn't mention anything about co-op. Unfortunately, does Lego Batman 2 or even the first one, right? Okay, this does mention local co-op and co-op. Ooh, it is. It says on the list on the right. Here, it only mentions shared split, shared co-op. So does this mean? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's fine. Oh, I didn't know this meant. Oh, these are like. Okay, that's weird. Why don't they just put this here? Okay, that's weird. But okay, I didn't know this is what that meant. Oh, okay, gotcha. Controller. Love letter to all things Batman. More like Batman 2. Yeah, boy. That's good to know. Good to know. Oh my god, this game is 50 gigabytes. Okay, I might play this through semi-legal means. No, bro, Christopher. That's the most respectful thing you could do, not only to the game franchise, right, but to your parents who allowed you to experience this incredible franchise, right? That's the most respectful thing you could do, right? Not only that, from what I'm seeing, right, it's a very good game. It's a very, very good game. So it's like, you know, you deserve to experience such great games, you know, such great pieces of media, right? So Dark Knight 3 days early launch access. Oh, okay, yeah. Wow, so many people bought this game early. Oh my god, fam. That's how you know this game is a very, very loved series. Holy moly. Also, to be fair, it's 80 Great British pounds. Wow. Wow, okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of groceries, man. That's a lot of groceries. God damn, bro. Wow. That's a lot of groceries. But it's in the top sellers as well. Like, yeah. From what I'm seeing, this is a good game. Let's watch the trailer. Actually, we didn't see the trailer, did we? That's the deluxe edition. Oh, this is the video about the deluxe edition. I want to see the actual trailer. Holy 60 FPS, bruv. Or 120. No, that's definitely 120 FPS, isn't it?
Hand over the purse and the plans.
Oh! It's a thingy. A blast from the past. Is he just getting shot on? What the fuck?
If you make yourself more than just a man.
Holy moly. Oh, this game might have all the modern characters, right? Okay, the Joker is aura farming.
Then you become something else.
Two-Face.
Entirely.
Ooh, Bane actually looks like Bane. Oh, oops.
And that is...
Okay, whoa. Bunch of suits.
A legend, Mr. Wayne.
Ooh. So what I'm seeing from the combat and from the description is this takes inspiration from the Arkham series. How much did this cost? So it's gonna come out tomorrow, so you're not gonna, I mean, you can't technically get the deluxe edition, so that's 80 Great British pounds. But the normal one is only 60. Most likely you're gonna get the normal one, right? So it's 60 Great British pounds. In euros, that would be like 70, 75. In dollars, that would be like 84/85. So yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive. Was that the freaking Tibetan monks?
Way I see it, all this stuff is yours anyway.
Apparently there's also upgrades, but from what I'm seeing, right, from the trailers and stuff, right, what I'm seeing, this is basically the Lego version of the Arkham series, which is really cool. Oh, there's the split screen co-op, I think. I think that was the split screen co-op. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. That was cool. That was cool. If it was like 20 euros tops, I would think about it. Then you'd have to wait for sale and buy it from another place.
Meow.
Okay. Holy moly. Jesus Christ, is that full lady? Oh my god, Bane actually looks like Bane. Look at that. Oh, there's Mr. Freeze. Where's Man Bat?
You're welcome.
I feel like they just completely forgot about Man Bat. Holy boss fight. Wow. Oh my god, the reference! That was the reference! It was a reference. Oh my god. That was so cool. It was the Akira slide! Oh my god, that's the Akira slide. What? It's the Akira slide, no way, man. Bro, hella references all of a sudden. I feel like a kid watching the Lego Batman 2 trailer when I saw this LMAO, fam. Bro, this... Oh my god. It's coming out tomorrow. Now, I don't think, I don't know if the sailors are gonna have access to this through online activation. And even if they do, right, everyone's gonna want to play it. So it's gonna be, everyone's gonna want a ticket. So... But regardless, right? Oof, wow. Regardless, I think I am still gonna play I think I still am gonna play 2 from. It is already out on Steam Rip. That's because that's with the hypervisor method. So if you want to take the risk, then yeah, you can go for it. You can go for it. I saw it on my special website as well. For me specifically, I saw it on Repack Games. Repack Games and Steam Unlocked is my favorite. Is my 2 favorite websites. Steam Rip is alright, but yeah, it's hypervisor method. So if you want to take the risk, you can do that. I have patience. I'm not a kid anymore. LOL. No. Oh man. But the thing is, we now in 2026 as sailors, we have a bunch of options, both risky and not risky. Depending on how patient you are, right? You can use a variety of methods, and it's only gonna get better, by the way. So it's your choice. It is your choice. Preloading on Steam Advanced Access is available. PC specs. Yeah, I mean, can't complain. I can't complain. Really and truly can't complain. It is what it is. I can't complain, man. Cannot complain. In fact, let me see. Is this out on PS4 or only the new gen console? It's a good question. Lego Batman Legacy. Fuck. Lego Batman PS4. PS5 and PS4 games. It's coming out in essentially 8 hours. It's still 60 Great British Pounds. I think that's the pre-order. Is that the pre-order or is the pre-order 80? Let me see. Freaking hell, man. God damn. Damn, this price is too much. Yeah, no. 60 for the base game, 80 for you get Arkham Trilogy Pack, Mayhem Collection, Batman Beyond Pack. Batman Beyond? I didn't pay 60 euros for GTA 5 release. If you don't want to, you don't want to. It is what it is. You shouldn't have to. Batman Beyond? Yeah, that's the freaking series. What are we talking about, bro? I was thinking, that's not a game. What the hell are we talking about, bro? This was 4 months ago. This game is on PS4 and Xbox One. But that's a Reddit post. I think that's completely wrong. I don't know. It's saying PS5 and PS4 games, so I'm assuming, right? I don't get why the people complain that this is coming to PS4 too. Like, when did the PS4 come out? Let's see. PS4 release date. I'm curious, right? When did it release? 2013. Jesus Christ, okay. That's actually a lot later than expected. God damn. PS4 was released on 2013. Whoa, okay. Whoa. 2013. Wow, that's a lot later than expected. I thought it released in like 2016. Oh my god. Wow, that released. Wow, okay. That released. Whoa, okay. 13 years ago. Whoa, okay. Damn. Nah, okay, you know what? I understand where they're coming from. I understand what the PS5 people are talking about now. Because, oh my god, 13 years. Whoa, okay. Wow, okay, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 13 years ago is insane. Wow, completely out of the loop with the PlayStation 4. Oh my god. In that case, yeah, it might be time. If you bought it then, it might be time to get a PS5, honestly. But the problem is, how much does a PS5 cost? How much does it cost on average? Sony has increased the recommended reprunts for the by approximately 90. So it is currently, it's essentially $600. Buy a PS5 and PS6 releases in 2 years. You still be fine with the PS5. You'll still be fine. Because they still release games for the PS5, right? But unfortunately, it will be soon. They won't release any games for the PS4. Unfortunately, that's the problem, right? Which I guess you can say, holy shit, what the fuck is a PS5 Pro? Why is a PS5 Pro $800 instead of the standard 600? Wait. Explain to me that why is the PS5 Pro over $200 more than the? Why is it $200 more than the PS5? What is happening? Also, what the hell is a PS5 digital edition? You can only buy digital games? That sounds like a scam. At this price, why not buy a computer? LOL, that's the thing, right? Like, even if I had like a PC from like 13 years ago, right? You could still potentially, like, it can still play games. You can still pirate games as long as it has the performance requirements. It can still, function well. So I guess that's one of the negatives of consoles is, let's say you buy a PS4 and you keep it until, let's say, 2030, right? By 2030, let's say, for whatever reason, the game company, PlayStation game company could be like, you know what? We're not going to make games for PS4 anymore. Like, buddy, just buy a PS5/PS6 at this point. I don't care. Also, raise the prices. They're doing a little Xbox, But seriously, what's the difference? So what's the PS5 standard versus Pro? What's the difference? I'm so confused. Is it like a premium mid-generation upgrade focus on superior graphics and performance? PS5 offer value and convenience for most gamers. Costs $750 digital only, with optional disc drive. What the hell am I even witnessing? Now you have to wait. Now it costs more for the disc, for the little disc drive. Seriously, bro, back in the day you were able to play games from the previous generation for free. Now you have to fucking choose whether you want to go digital or physical. Why not both? What? Who cares about ray tracing? Honestly, I'm not sure. The Pro features a 62% faster GPU, 16.7 T-flops versus 10.28. Advanced ray tracing. Apparently the GPU is faster. I don't know. And spectral super resolution, AI upscaling. I don't really care about the AI upscaling. Allow for sharper 4K visuals and high frame rates, but only in roughly 50 plus Pro enhanced titles. So you're spending... okay. So it's not that big of an upgrade, is it? The Pro doubles the internal storage to 2 terabytes. What? That's it? 2 terabytes? No, wait, no. It doubles, so it's only a 1 terabyte upgrade. What? Wait, to put into perspective, wait, hold on. To put into perspective, my 2 terabyte SSD drive was like 113 Great British pounds. Or like 153. I think it was 153 Great British pounds. So you're getting, okay, alright. So a faster GPU, 1 terabyte, let's say that's like 75 Great British pounds. The GPU would probably be the most expensive, right? Pro supports Wi-Fi. Oh, great, Wi-Fi. Woohoo! Hell yeah, Wi-Fi. PS5 includes a built-in disk drive. The Pro is digital only by default, requiring an additional $80 external drive. Oh my god. I mean, overall, it seems okay. It seems okay. It seems okay. It seems okay. Like 200, an extra 200 Great British pounds for the upgrade. It seems okay. You know what? It seems in line. It seems pretty good. But let's see what Reddit has to offer. Deluxe gaming experience that rivals high-end PCs. Base PS5 is not underpowered. It's just the current standard. Games like GTA 6 are being built around base PS5. Plus, with the money you might spend it on extra games, storage, PS5 is really better off just going around the normal PS5. I'm not sure. You don't get a PC with 16 gigabytes, DDR5, and 2 terabytes MV for $500. To be fair, this price is alright. Yeah, especially with current RAM prices. You're not wrong, right? You're not wrong. But the subscriptions are terrible. That is true. The subscriptions are terrible. At the end of the day, it is still a game console, right? It's not a, you can watch like YouTube and things like that. You can stream, but at the end of the day, it has the limitations of it being a game console and not like an all-round digital device. Like my digital device, my PC is an all-round digital device. I can do a lot. I can pretty much do anything I want, right? And I have the added bonus of I can't do my homework on PS5. I mean, you're not wrong, right? And I also have the added benefit of, avoiding the extra little bits of added cost, such as subscription, hardware. Actually, no, no, obviously I had to buy my freaking keyboard and mouse, so that's like, and plus the SSD, so yeah, nah. So avoid things like subscriptions, and I can also avoid game prices as well, because I'm a piece of shit and I sail the high seas. So yeah, I have that ability as well, and I've been doing it since like what, 2022. So in the span of 43 years, right? How much money have I saved on sailing the high seas? It's probably close to the thousands. Especially if you include like the DLCs, because when you sail the high seas, you're given all the DLCs, like the cosmetic and like game DLCs, right? So let's say, for example, let's go to like, let's say Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, right? This is a very good game, by the way. I highly appreciate it. Plus, there's a new big update coming out in June. Yeah. So let's say this one, right? Let's say all these DLCs, right? First of all, I saved money on the base game, right? 35 Great British pounds. By the way, this is an insane price. This is literally 2016 prices. This is incredible, by the way. So let's say 35 Great British pounds plus 105, so 140 Great British pounds. Me sailing the high seas. I'm not saying every single person buys this, right? All of this, right? They're gonna buy like, no, not all of this, right? But the point is, I was able to save 140 Great British pounds by sailing the high seas in this regard. So if you take that into account, then yeah, I've saved thousands. But if you only take into account like the base game or like the premium version of the game, right? Then let's say like Black Myth Wukong. That's one of the games that I played. By the way, absolute dog shit. It's not a dog shit game. It has one of the worst boss game designs in the world, in my opinion. But the game itself is actually really good. So this is just like a £10 upgrade, right? This is the deluxe edition. So instead of 50, I saved 60. This is actually a very reasonably priced game, by the way. Very, very reasonably priced game. It's awesome. Man, this game could have been great if the bosses were designed actually well, but they're not. They are not designed well at all. Which sucks. But anyway. What was another game that... Subnautica 2 is only 26 Great British pounds. Wow, that's insane. I guess let's say Hollow Knight. I'm pretty sure the DLCs are free, actually. God's a Nightmare. This was 4 Great British pounds. That's it. Yeah, Hollow Knight. Pff, this is the epitome of indie games pricing, man. Incredible. I love it, bro. I love it. But yeah, I've played like a bunch of games. I've saved like 1,000 Great British pounds at this point. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's how it is, man. That's how it is. And the best part is I'm gonna keep saving. I'm gonna keep saving. I'm gonna do all this. But at the end of the day, at this point in time, with RAM prices being so high, getting a console is actually not a bad deal in terms of price. Indeed, fam. Like, let's say like a 16 gigabyte RAM DDR4, yeah. Let's say modern, right? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, what is this? Hello, what is this? Hello? Oh, never mind. Yeah. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. Oopsie. But anyway, but yeah. Yeah. Regardless, it's yeah, it is what it is, fam. It is what it is. Technically, even though console prices have been rising because of the recent of the recent RAM price increases because of AI, it's not as bad as building your own PC, honestly. But then again, it's at this point it's a pick and choose. What do you want? Pros and cons. Pros of PC, you can pretty much do anything you want, and you can potentially save a lot of money on games, right? Whether you want to sell the high seas or you want to buy the game, you can get a bunch of discounts. The cons though is the fact that it's very, very expensive. It can potentially be very, very expensive for the top of the top creme of the creme games, right? Another negative is the fact that PC releases are always riddled with bugs and just like performance issues. Another negative is the fact that you kind of have to be a little bit tech savvy. Like, you gotta have a little bit of knowledge and experience when it comes to PCs, right? Which will come naturally as you use the PC, but for someone who doesn't care about it and just wants to play games, a console would be way, way better. Way, way better. So the potential of PCs, right, is way higher, but the simplicity of consoles is also way higher and much more alluring to the average person who doesn't want to learn about all this PC stuff. But me personally, I've always had a PC, or like I've always had like a laptop. I've always been exposed to computers at a young age. Like, I remember in Italy, in elementary school, we had the luxury of having access to those old ass computers, those old ass white box computers, the really, really chunky ones. And we were able to learn things like typing, Word documents, things of that nature. I was shocked, right? Honestly, thinking back, I'm shocked to see that in like what 2006, 2009, during that range, probably even earlier, right? 2006, 2009, we had access, my school had access to computers. That's insane. Okay, so me personally, I always had access to that. I always had that affinity with it, so very grateful for that. So yeah, indeed. But I also had access to consoles from a young age, like in the form of like my friends, my family, my cousins and stuff. So yeah, that's the thing, you know. So I was exposed to both, but I definitely had a bigger affinity to computers. So indeed. So yeah, that's how it is. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I think the plan is going to be, I'll download Lego Batman 2, and I'll have it ready for Saturday's stream, because tomorrow's Friday. I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow. But anyway, boys, I think with that being said, I'll call it a day. Thank you guys for joining the stream. This was an incredible stream. I've been exposed to such an incredible series and a bunch of nostalgia talk. This was incredible. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't imagine how many more series I haven't been, how many more great old series I haven't been exposed to yet. People think, oh, gaming is dead. Shut up. Gaming is never dead. Okay? Gaming is only dead if you think it's dead. Okay? And it's not. Even if your perception isn't reality. Okay? There's so many good games out there. So many good old games out there that you can get for dirt cheap. Or you can just be like me, be a dickhead, and just sail the high seas. Whatever the choice you make, right? You have access to it. You'll be fine, right? And it will be an incredible time. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And with that being said, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you guys for joining the stream. I should see you guys Saturday, same time, same place. You know the drill. Allah Hafiz. Salam alaikum.